In this morning's Iran war update, Defense Secretary Hegseth declares we are winning. He says today will be, yet again, our most intense day of strikes inside Iran, which, according to Hegseth, has been isolated from its neighbors and former Gulf allies. Just finished the job, sir. President Trump says that is what the families of 6 of the American service members killed in the war have told him. Mr. Trump says Operation Epic Fury will not cease until victory has been achieved, and he's suggesting it may not take that much longer.
Very soon. Look, everything they have is gone, including their leadership. In fact, there are 2 levels of leadership, and even actually, as it turns out, more than that. But 2 levels of leadership are gone. Most people have never even heard about the leaders that they're talking about. So it's obviously been very, very powerful, very effective.
Iran continues launching deadly drone and missile strikes on its neighbors, including Bahrain.
1 person has been killed and 8 others have been wounded in an attack on a residential building in Bahrain's capital by Iran. It was the first time a person has been killed in an attack in the small island nation in the Persian Gulf since the war began. The attack in Myanmar came a day after a drone attack injured 32 people, including several children, in the Sitra area north of the capital. Bahrain has been the target of repeated attacks by Iran since the war began. Authorities have said the nation had intercepted 102 missiles and 171 drones from Iran since the conflict began.
Correspondent Luke Garrett. There is a special election today in Georgia, voters choosing a replacement for GOP Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. Watching Wall Street, the Dow futures are down 109 points. NASDAQ futures off 16. Townhall.com.
A Social Security update. 70 million Americans collect Social Security benefits today, and millions more will join soon. Now, a new study finds 70% of Americans don't get the full benefits they deserve. But recipients can use simple strategies to boost Social Security benefits by as much as $188,000 over a lifetime. Social Security expert Michael Allen says it's true and reveals 5 key strategies to increase your benefits. It's all in his free special report. Newsmax calls the report your best guide for bigger Social Security benefits. Whether you're getting benefits or soon will, you need the Social Security report. Get it free. Call 800-999-9690. 800-999-9690. We'll text it to you right away, along with President Trump's act cutting your Social Security taxes. Call now, 800-999-9690. 800-999-9690. Text and data rates may apply.
President Trump is vowing to use American military might to secure the transport of oil through the strategic Strait of Hormuz.
The comments by the president have given markets temporary reassurance that something will be done to stop the price of oil from spiraling out of control. But for now, the facts on the ground haven't changed. The war is continuing, and still no oil tankers dare to cross the Strait of Hormuz. Details from Mr. Trump on what would make that possible are sketchy. Petrol prices are up everywhere, and there have been reports of panic buying in places such as Indonesia and Pakistan, where schools have been closed.
The BBC's Nick Marsh. The parents of a girl critically wounded in a school shooting in British Columbia suing ChatGPT maker OpenAI, alleging it knew the shooter was planning a mass attack. OpenAI has said it considered but did not alert police prior to the shooting. News and analysis, townhall.com. Former Nixon White House official who gained national notoriety during the Watergate scandal has died at the age of 99.
Alexander Butterfield was the White House aide who revealed the existence of President Richard Nixon's secret Oval Office taping system during the Watergate investigation. Butterfield's 1973 testimony to Senate investigators became one of the most pivotal moments in the Watergate scandal, leading to the legal battle for the tapes that ultimately forced Richard Nixon's resignation in 1974. As a deputy assistant to the president, Butterfield oversaw the taping system connected to the voice-activated listening devices that had been secretly placed. Bill Alexander, Washington.
The Federal Aviation Administration briefly grounded all JetBlue flights early today, responding to a request from the airline. The ground stop was lifted after about 40 minutes. JetBlue says a brief system outage been resolved. It has resumed operations. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil wishing, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Yes, welcome to it. Post-time change. Hopefully,
voice not 100% yet.
You're getting there, though.
It's getting a little better.
It's the higher registers that still get you.
Yeah, I can't go there.
We're going to work on your falsetto. It's funny. This morning was the first moment of realization for my daughter. She's like, I don't understand. It's 7 o'clock right now. Why is it still dark outside? I'm like, because of the time change.
Yep.
I said, because technically right now it's 6.
But your brain thinks it's 6
Yep.
still. Yeah. Yep.
So right about now, it's coming up.
But we're getting there.
Yeah.
Slowly. Each day will get a little better.
A little bit closer and closer to the normal schedule. More sunlight, so you can start planning for planting season.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you notice the evening, you have a little more daylight now.
Yeah, it's kind of
noticing it was.
Although you know what it does, it shortens because in my mind, once the sun goes down, that's when you get down to business. You know what I'm saying? By that I mean like getting homework done,
right.
Getting dinner on the table, getting kids prepped,
Settling
ready for
the
bed,
activities,
and all that stuff. It makes for a much tighter window of time to get that done.
Sure.
It also didn't help that my wrestling program ran over last night. But that's not the point. The point is the sun went down late. It tightens that window.
Speaking of weather.
Yeah.
Did anybody see rain last night?
I did not.
I didn't either.
No, I was looking at the forecast today. We got some clouds, but very little chance for rain.
Well, I'm looking at 40 according to what I've got.
Oh,
here.
That's bigger than what I saw, 10 at best.
Yeah, now they're telling, it says 40% chance. It says a slight chance of sprinkles before noon.
Yeah.
Then a chance at showers for the afternoon.
And now that I'm looking outside, it looks like we are pretty thick overcast.
So maybe we'll get a little moisture today.
A little bit wet, a little bit whimdy.
Yeah. So,
and
which we always need the moisture.
Absolutely.
Never. I mean, not 5 inches in an hour, but we won't reject moisture.
Right.
So,
hopefully, everyone had a chance to get to their local pumps before about 4 o'clock yesterday.
I filled up like last week.
Yeah.
And so I have no need right now to get gas.
See, I filled up last Friday.
Yeah.
But I was already out by now because I have to use my vehicle. I'll go all over the place. I'm a bus, basically.
I haven't been much driving here last few days.
Yesterday, I managed to find one station that hadn't changed it yet to 359. One station, it was 319 still. And I'm like, go.
Move it.
Yep.
But I caught the mid one because like a few days before I got gas, it was even another nickel or two cheaper.
Oh yeah.
Like I caught
it was
I missed the first wave and then I caught
the way my gas schedule has gone was it was 249, then it was 289, and then it was 309, and then it was 319. So
yeah,
that's kind of where we're at. Now we're at 359. So get it going while you still can.
I remember back Pepperidge Farm remembers
the
when,
70s.
When no, not even that.
Flashes back to.
I remember like what 10, 15 years ago when it was $4 a gallon.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not even adjusted for inflation.
Yeah.
I mean, that was tough times.
When I was in the Air Force, that was Shangri-La.
Yeah.
Because I could get gas on base for 89 cents a gallon.
Man.
Yeah.
It's funny. People, I still see this all the time, like on Facebook and stuff. People, that's become the new nostalgia photo is, remember when, and it's just some guy, for some reason, we decided to take our picture in front of a Sidco sign.
Right.
And it just said 98 cents over it or something.
Right.
That's what it was when I was in high school. I remember we were outraged when it went over $1.
Right.
It was like $1.05. We were like, this is ludicrous.
Yep. Two things always got people, and one's kind of died off because of technology.
Yeah.
But gas prices and postage stamp prices.
Yeah, you don't really hear that much anymore. Although they did just go up again.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but people like I remember it was like on the news, and people were like, because the bigger pain was everybody had a bunch of like 15-cent stamps, and now it went up to 18 cents, and now they got to go buy a bunch of 3-cent stamps. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that was why it was a bigger pain. But yeah, see, now everyone's just like, oh, whatever the machine takes.
Well, smart people like 6-7 years ago, those who send out a lot of mail, got like 7 books of the Forever stamps, and you guys have been riding high on the profits ever since.
But that was kind of the next evolution, the Forever stamps, because I remember why do we always need a 3-cent stamp? And I was like, here's why.
The 1 cent, those ones were the ones that got me.
Yeah. So.
Like, why would you sell these in denominations of a penny?
Like, I wonder if there's still like when I was a kid, I knew multiple people that collected stamps. Like, I don't know anybody now.
I mean, don't personally
Is there any
know?
value? I mean, imagine, is that one of the upside down airplanes worth the millions of dollars? But short of that, is there still a market for it?
Now, I will say I've heard at least a couple of people say that they've gone to our post office to get the Roswell stamps.
Yeah.
That those are collectors' items. And so I know that stamp collectors are still out there.
But is there value to it?
I don't know. Then again, the value is intrinsic. The value is in what you personally garner from it. Like, I collected uniquely shaped glass bottles for a number of years. Yeah. Those things, in my mind, were my most valuable possession. I love this collection. But they were probably worthless for the most part. Like, some of them maybe a couple bucks. But I mean, in my world, they meant something.
This is going to sound cold.
Go ahead.
When I hear stuff like that, I think, yeah, you're just burdening your kids with crap they got to clean up after you're gone.
Well, sure. But, see, you're so destination driven.
Yeah.
You don't think about the journey to get there. What about all the pretty cool things you get to look at along the way, like the uniquely shaped glass bottles and stuff? I don't have them anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I've had, don't get me wrong, I got junk that I'm like, why did I have this?
There's a difference between a collector and a hoarder.
Yeah.
Mostly 2 dead cat skeletons.
Collector's dust. That's the difference.
Collector's dust? That's not fair. There's literally a song about there might be a little dust on the bottle. I mean, collector's dust. Collectors collect dust. Because you're not using these things. Okay, but then there's the other side of it. Like right now, everybody online and, is going nuts about Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
And they're unboxing and opening packs of Pokemon cards, trying to find these rare ones, these valuable ones.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard about the whole Logan Paul thing from a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
He had so in every collector's world, they have a rating system. So this card that he had, it's a trainer's card. It's like the card that the people who design the cards use as a frame of reference. So it's like 1 of 1. And it's like Gem Mint 10 condition.
Yeah.
So he just sold it for like $16 million for a card in a plastic case.
Well, get it while the getting's good, because 10 years from now, no one's going to care.
But I'm that guy that's like, I want to use my stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I could never be a collector when I was a kid, because I'm like, I'm going to open that action figure.
Yeah. I'm just a guy that has grown up in the era of everything that people think, from Cabbage Patch Kids, to Garbage Pail Kids, to Star Wars toys,
right.
and at the end of the day, every one of these people kept stuff in boxes, think they're all going to be millionaires. At the end of the day, they got 10, 15 grand worth of junk filled in 3 rooms.
I will agree with you that if your goal is value, then it's probably more a waste of yours and all of our time.
Yeah.
If the goal is I want something that can, take up some of my time and, that I can enjoy myself whilst looking at, using, doing, whatever, then that's its own value.
But the Beanie Babies, like that. Like there's people who literally thought they're going to be swimming in pools like shaped like dollar bills over their Beanie Babies.
Oh, I know.
I mean, it's like, come on, guy.
But I think in the end, the stranger things were the friends we made along the way.
That's true.
No, the Beanie Baby thing is a whole other ball of wax. There's still a couple of them that did retain some value, but they're not.
I'm just telling
anywhere.
you, Pokemon cards and all this thing that people are paying on it, same going the way of the dodo, man. Same thing.
Yeah, but
they're paying millions of dollars. Things are worth 50 cents 10 years from now.
But aren't you kind of kicking yourself knowing that you could have held on to that Kenner, redeem this cardboard card to get an action figure?
Yeah.
That thing is worth like $25,000.
But then, like you were just telling me, this whole Ride the Journey thing. I would like to have some of that, but also, I also got the experience of playing with it. I had the Death Star. That thing's worth like, I don't know, a couple $100,000.
Sure.
But for 40 years of keeping it in a box for $1,000, is that worth it?
Right. Think of the value of play that you got out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my point.
And I'm good with that, but it's not sitting on a shelf in my living room right now.
That's fair. It's currently sitting in his attic, which every now and again he climbs up to and just breaks
it's
out.
in the Mike Winters Self Museum.
I like to imagine there's that scene in it plays out for Mike like that scene in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. He climbs into the attic and just like goes through his old things. My snow globe.
Right, exactly. All right, let me give you the rundown. We got a full slate for you for today's show. Mari Manchego is going to be back with us. It's been a few minutes since we've had a chance to have her back on the show. But she's got some more Tai Chi for Health classes coming up for beginners to help with arthritis, fall prevention, all that stuff, and intermediates as well. But she'll join us here in just a few minutes, give us an update on what's going on. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, Dr. Sean Powell with Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell. He'll join us for his monthly visit, give us an update what's happening out at ENMUR. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to replay our interview Sean actually had earlier with General Mick Burnett and Lieutenant Colonel Stark from the New Mexico Military Institute. Joined us on Friday. And my voice was really bad on Friday, so I had Sean kind of take over that interview. So we'll play that interview for you here in the 9 o'clock hour. Plus, we'll have all of your newses, features, and all that good stuff, and whatever else we can come up with for today's show. Before we do that, let's take a look at that weather, see if we might get some rain.
Weather this hour brought to you by Southwest Bearing under new ownership. Custom solutions for your heavy equipment, hydraulic hoses, hose repair, bearings, seals, sprockets, belts, tools, fluids, and fittings.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Could get some showers today. Low pressure moving in from southern Arizona with gusty wind and just enough moist air for some showers. Mid-70s on today's high. Wind gusting to 30 miles an hour. Overnight will be breezy. Our low in the upper 40s, clearing up. And then on Wednesday we get sunshine. Low 70s on the high. Still pretty windy though. Sunny at upper 70s on Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 48 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 41%. Winds are calm at the moment. Like I said, we do have rain chances. They're saying slight chance at sprinkles before noon today, then a chance at rain showers for the afternoon. Today, expect partly cloudy skies, mid-70s, 76 officially. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 10 early. Winds will increase this afternoon, 15 to 20, gusting as high as 30 miles per hour. They do say our chance of precip is at 40%. Tonight, partly cloudy, overnight low of 48 degrees, winds out of the west at 15 to 20 miles per hour. For you Wednesday, sunny, breezy with a high of 73, north winds 20 to 25, gusting actually 20 to 25, and then actually decreasing 10 to 15 for the afternoon. For Thursday, we're looking at sunny skies, mid-70s for a high, winds out of the south 5 to 15 miles per hour. Friday, sunny, up into the mid-80s, 86 for a high there, and then warming up for the weekend. Saturday, sunny and 90 are expected. High, sunny and 85 for Sunday. So rain chances, windy next couple days, and then dips a little bit, then back to shorts and T-shirts for the weekend, sounds like here. All right, it is 20 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll also have your Roswell Livestock report, your recap with Smiley here in the break as well. And then on the other side, Mari Macheco will join us talking Tai Chi for health. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Artesia General Hospital presents your fall and winter health checklist. Fall and winter are beautiful seasons, but they're also cold and flu season. So here are a few quick tips to help keep you healthy. Tip number 1, hand hygiene. It's your first line of defense. Wash for 20 seconds with warm water and soap. Tip 2, holiday food strategy. Fill half your dish with fruits and veggies first. Pick lean meats and save room for just one dessert you'll really enjoy. Tip 3, protect your skin. Heaters dry the air, so moisturize daily and drink plenty of water. Healthy choices now mean more energy and a happier winter. These healthy living reminders are brought to you by Artesia General Hospital, ready to help take care of you and your family.
Missing a tooth or several teeth can be a physical, social, and mental inconvenience in your life. A dental implant just may be the ultimate solution. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, serving thousands of patients who are delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown for a free evaluation today, 575-208-0977. You will be surprised at how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown Dentistry, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Hi, can I help you?
I'm here to make hot your home.
You're not Fergie's.
I have right tools for job.
Well, you may have the proper tools, but do you know how to use them?
I learn on Croatian YouTube.
Oh no, baby. Just because they have the equipment don't mean they can get the job done. Let Fergie's work their mojo on your heating and AC unit. 622-2660.
Fergalicious. Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 1,196 head of cattle sold on Monday on a steady to lower market with excellent buyer attendance compared to last week, and the futures market headed in a downward trend. Stocker calves sold 10 to 20 lower, feeder cattle 5 to 15 lower, packer cows sold steady, packer bulls steady to 2 higher. 3 to 400 pound steers 560, 655, 3 to 400 pound heifers 495, 535, 4 to 500 pound steers 450, 560, 4 to 500 pound heifers 437, 495. 5 to 600 pound steers, 425, 450, 5 to 600 pound heifers, 415, 437, 6 700 pound steers, 367, 425, 6 700 pound heifers, 335, 415, 7 800 pound steers, 330, 367, 7 800 pound heifers, 320, 335. Packer cows 169 to 180. Canner and cutter cows 157, 162. Packer bulls $2 211. Feeder bulls 178 to 184. The top half the cow calf pairs $39.50 to $4,300 per pair. Top half the bred cows $2,700 to $3,400 per head. We do appreciate the business, and we'll talk to you next Monday morning. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. A group of 12 or more cows is called a flink. If you have only 11 cows, that's called a lot of cow pies. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 24 minutes after 7 o'clock. And joining us in studio, back talking Tai Chi for health, Mari Macheco back with us. Good morning, Mari.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm great. I'm very good.
And also brought one of, I guess, your pupil students, or what would that be a good term?
Yeah, she is a student, but she also has loved it so much that she's become certified as an instructor.
So the students become the trainer now, too.
She's an instructor also.
The whole full circle moment. So Shelley Pascal joining us as well. Good morning.
Good morning.
So student, now teacher.
Uh-huh.
Very good. Awesome. So how long have you been, from like day one walking in and saying, hi, Mari, how long have you been doing Tai Chi?
Oh, it's been over a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And I
was skeptical when I went in to do it. I went for a friend who has arthritis.
Okay. So you kind of went saying, bringing them along, thinking it might be good for you, and I don't need it.
Well, it was for falls, and I was having problems falling.
Okay.
I even had a service dog because I couldn't get him off the
Okay.
ground. So, and since I've been doing this, it's been
I
over.
didn't see a dog come in the room. So
No,
I'm thinking,
because I haven't had a fall in over a year.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm the
That's amazing.
I'm the poster child here.
Right.
That's literally,
Right.
and hence to the point where you kind of went from full skeptic to full, now teaching it and spreading that word to others and,
Yes.
and showing others how to do that. That's awesome. Very good. And I know, Marty, not everybody goes to Shelley level and went from being
she's
from
our
student to a
miracle
teacher.
child.
But I know every single time we talk to you, go from people that physically were in similar situations,
Right.
even worse in some cases, and they literally walk in here, sit down, and they'll come in and touch your toes and do all
Right.
kinds of things that they weren't capable of doing, just 6 months before.
Right.
And so that part is common, not the part where they go on to become teachers themselves, but
Sure.
you know what I mean? And so, and I'm going to say almost all of them probably started at one of these arthritis and fall prevention workshops or Tai Chi for beginner type classes. And now they're not only, enjoying it, but literally seeing a 180 in their own personal lives, and probably not only their physical health, but that does translate to other aspects of life too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fun part about it. So now, how many years have you been teaching classes here in Roswell? It's been a minute. I'm just curious.
I think 2018.
Okay, so well, believe it or not, we're going on 8-10 years now here.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
time's flying, isn't it? Wow. But and I hope if folks have never gone before. Now, the beauty of what these classes, there's a level for any, even if you're not mobile, if you're in a wheelchair or you can't stand or walk, there is Tai Chi for you. There's classes in the sitting, and I'm going to be even venture a guess. You may start the class not being walking, but you might be at a point where you're upright and doing other. You'll be amazed at what progress you can make there. Right. And so that's the beauty of it. And you don't even have to be that far along, even if you're like, I'm in pretty, for a guy my age, I'm pretty balanced. But I can get better. Yeah, let's take a beginner's class and let's, you don't have to be, in a very tough situation yet to start Tai Chi is what I'm trying to say.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's other benefits besides, of course, the arthritis and the balance. Now, I want to say as far as Tai Chi, this particular program is considered evidence-based.
Gotcha.
And there's a lot of things that are very fun and good to do, but this is now an international program. I think it's in 34 countries. And it is considered evidence-based by our country, our medical communities.
It's to the point where medical insurance is paying for these.
I've had people, well, if your insurance is good enough, those things
but
are up in the air a little.
The Veterans Administration is now sanctioning as official treatments. I mean, it is getting, quote unquote, Western medicine's seal of approval.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're doing, kind of hitting at,
Mm-hmm. But even if it's not a medical condition, there's that you have a medical condition that is primed for you. It's very good for changing our actual, not only the immune system, just in terms of bronchial and other things, but it changes your hormonal state. It calms you down, scientifically, calms you down enough that your anxiety starts going away, that you start sleeping better, that all the chaos is not happening, especially in class, and then you can bring these tools every day into your life.
I like to use analogies and comparisons to get people to understand things. And when I think of Tai Chi and the way you were talking there, I started thinking of like people in computer brains or people that think in that type of world. To me, it almost seems like Tai Chi is almost this natural way to almost do like the computer reboot. What I mean? Where like the Windows fix, is it just, all right, well, let's shut her down and restart it and let's see if that makes the problem. Where it's almost like Tai Chi kind of resets the body realigns or just kind of, all right, let's put the dots back in place so things start working again kind of thing. I feel like that's nature's way of giving us a reboot.
A self-balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. In terms of balancing the whole system, that could be balancing the nervous system, balancing the endocrine system, which is your hormones, you know, put the happy hormones out there, serotonin, etc. And it helps on a physical level in terms of your muscularity and helps the bones and
it's in the because you know naturally you know when you normally see you know even people that outside looking in they'll see folks practicing Tai Chi and you'll see the very slow methodical movements and things and this is where it's kind of that reset. This isn't about you know people think you're going to do a workout and they think you're going to go to the gym and try and build muscles and all this and it's this is doing that but not in that mindset. This is much more than that. This is more about zoning out the outside world and just literally tuning into you. Right. You're paying attention to everything. You're breathing. What's going on? Like, it's just basically turning off the noise and turning on your internal sensors and speakers.
Which
and
is
just
great,
listen. Yeah.
Because we kind of just use our body most of the time as something to carry our brain around because we're very, very busy. And we have the next thing and the next thing, the next thing to get to. But what also happens with the next thing, you know. I'm looking at Shelley for the rest of you. But we have this basic posture in our lives where our tailbone kind of slips forward and we're so busy here in the head thinking that we stick our head out in front of us. And so you look around at everybody, look at the person in the car beside you, their head stuck forward. And that head not being back where it belongs over the top of the spine, it puts 17 to 24 pounds on your shoulders. The back of your shoulders.
Creating the strain, the pain.
Then also it slows down the blood flow because you're crimping stuff, basically. The lymphatic flow, the nerve flow, the blood flow. And so we get it's kind of like present with that kind of stuff.
Just think about your garden, like the kink when you're and that's why you're doing that to your blood flow.
And in terms of not working out, I mean, it is, I have to say, the seated Tai Chi class, people tend to, I mean, we're offering standing, of course. But people tend to think, seated, because they've seen seated programs that are very sweet and easy, and they happen when you're not able to walk or walk well. But the seated program, the seated Tai Chi for arthritis fall prevention program, is quite muscular, and we're really doing a lot of exercise. And I tend to sweat in it. If I'm going to sweat at all, I sweat.
It's generally in the seated position.
Yes.
Yeah, but using a lot of the big muscles when you're seated.
Sure.
You know, so.
And here's, and I would also offer probably too is, you know, it's, yes, like eventually as you're practicing Tai Chi, you're going to want to do more advanced forms of it. But when it terms as like the type of class, whether it's a standing Tai Chi or seated Tai Chi or more focusing on a different aspect.
Right.
It's okay to jump back and forth because, like you said, you know, you said some of the I guess more physical ones are the seated ones for you, but you know, obviously you don't need to be doing a seated. You move just fine. So, but you still do it because there's a lot of benefit to you personally on that, not just showing others, but your body is benefiting from that. And so that's. What I kind of remind people is this isn't really about black belts and brown belts and level 67s and all this. It's about using all the tools in the bag and applying it to whenever it's needed that particular moment. You know, not like playing a game where you're like, I'm at level 27 now. You know, it doesn't work like that. But I think a lot of people think in those terms because they, you know, when you know, if you take all the forms of martial arts or these types of things, they kind of lump it together and they hear Tai Chi and they might think of more of that side of it. And it's like, no, this is a different level of the same thing. This is, you know, I'm not saying they don't use this when they do that stuff, but this is them learning to crawl before they walk over here, as you could say.
Well, the history of Tai Chi from China. And it is considered a meditative martial art. 2,000 years ago or so is when it was created, and And there's 5 major families of Tai Chi, and this is Sun style, S-U-N, Sun style. But the Kung Fu elite soldiers for the emperor would train with Tai Chi for 2 hours and then move into their other practices.
Gotcha. So they use this to get ready for the next thing.
Right, to get ready for the next thing.
Makes sense.
And, and so it's a pretty powerful thing.
So it's kind of so what I look at it is, and this is what we want you to use it for. Use it to get you to the next thing.
Right,
you know,
right.
if you're having those mobility issues, if you're like Shelly, you're literally, came in skeptical and now, and now she's literally. Although she might have the dog as a pet now, but doesn't need it as a service dog, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Right.
Companion, yes. Service dog doesn't need it anymore. And those kinds of things. And so that's why, you got classes starting here in a couple weeks in April, right?
Yes.
For beginners and everything. And this is a great time to say, you know what? We think of spring as kind of a, renewal season. We think of spring cleaning. We think of getting our worlds decluttered. Well, start with this world.
Well, the mental world, yes, but it's also it's such a good reboot for the actual physical system and the immune system. Not only our posture and our mind and our thinking and our deep strength, but it also helps the physiological aspect, which is the chemistry aspect of the body. It makes us healthier. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
G was curious too, just like your demeanor because I know when you're not in pain, when you are in pain and you're not in pain, like there's a personality change there too. If you're in chronic pain, if you're, you're just more crank. I mean, you know what I mean? Did you notice even your own mental state? You're like, I'm in a better mood. I'm just, not in pain. I'm not, what I mean? Did you find that?
We're laughing because I'm like a complete 180.
It's like you just wrote my story right there.
I was a serious type A personality, and I mean run.
And she was a nurse. She has the background in a lot of things, but she also is a nurse.
So you have a very pretty strong medical knowledge.
Yes. Yeah. And it has mellowed me to when you can notice it in yourself.
Sure.
Reactions to different situations and things where, I had a little accident. My foot slipped off the brake and hit the gas in the line at Starbucks, and I hit the car in front of me.
I think there's many people that can relate to exactly that thing. Yeah.
Well, the lady that was in the car in front of me, she boils out. She was really angry, and I'm just sitting there thinking, well, that was clever. So now we have to go out and de-escalate the situation.
Yeah.
I mean, because she was hot
and mad. She looks salty.
Brand new car. Both of us. We bought them at the same time. But my attitude, I didn't get stressed.
Sure.
I didn't feel stressed at all about it. I mean, I folded up their trunk and I felt bad, but I didn't feel stressed.
It didn't overwhelm you. It didn't. Yeah. So I know exactly what you're saying.
I could have become a screaming idiot.
Exactly. She's flying off the handle. I could have easily escalated that level too. Yeah, I understand.
That same thing happened to me actually, where my foot slipped off the brake and I bumped into the police car in front of me.
Yeah, you don't want to get mad at that guy.
No, I didn't get mad. He was pretty mad, but I mean, it was fine. It was fine actually. But
it's kind of hard to get away with that.
It doesn't. It is just mellowed me out.
That 2 years ago, y'all might have been in a screaming match in the middle of the Starbucks parking lot.
Right, yeah.
I understand completely, yeah. And so, it is, it's that stress. And this is why I'd say, please give us a try. I think there's, especially, because I know, Shelley, too, the older we get, the more set in our ways we get. The more narrow vision of the world we get, we're less open to maybe changing our minds on something. And so I know there's a bunch of people already, Tai Chi, fight, whatever, that mindset. And I'm like, don't knock it till you try it. Come to the Salvation Army here. Come to a class, seated class, beginner school, whatever. Pick your poison, whatever one you want to try.
Right.
Let's give it a try. Bring a friend. Y'all can come in, be the two guys up on the booth, up in the Muppets. Remember the Muppet Show, the two cantankerous critic guys?
Yeah.
Come in with that mindset. I guarantee by the time you leave, you'll be like, all right, when's the next class again? When's that?
We actually have a lot of fun in our classes. We become a family. So you may not even feel like you need anything exercisey in your life or something to add. But if you're kind of lonely, because COVID kind of changed things. It's like none of us want to leave sometimes.
You're absolutely correct.
But it is a wonderful addition to your life in terms of
friends.
Social. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you got a partner and someone to hang out with, or who knows? It's been, unfortunately, another thing as we get older, we lose friends and we lose partners, and
exactly.
And like I said, maybe you find your next companion at Tai Chi, or if nothing else, your next bridge partners or lunch buddies.
Yeah, there's some of us thinking of doing a euchre group, and I'm real happy we can get a euchre together.
That's a name I haven't heard in a minute.
Oh,
euchre.
yeah, I love it. Yep.
Man.
Shall I tell you about our classes?
Yes, please do.
Okay.
She's much better at it than I am.
Okay. So there's two new exciting things happening in our classes. We do have the beginning Tai Chi for Arthritis and Fall Prevention class that is starting Wednesdays at 3:30. It's 3:30 to 4:30.
Okay.
And if you have any questions, of course, you can give me a call or email, whatever that.
Sure.
But 3:30 to 4:30, first class, you're going to get there around 3:15.
Okay. It's just to pre-register and get initial startup and all that.
So that's the first Wednesday in April, and I'm not sure when that is. But, you have a calendar, and I have a calendar.
Yeah, while you're
that's a great thing.
Let me look up on my
Starts.
old telly. April 1st is a Wednesday.
Yeah, April 1st.
Yes.
Actually, Wednesday, April 1st.
So it's real. Despite that being April Fool's Day.
Yes.
They're not going to show up to be an empty room. They will be there.
It's also my wedding anniversary. So.
Isn't it? Wow. April 1st. So anyway, I'm very excited about that. So that is the new beginning class. And I also have started, and it is an ongoing class, I have started a virtual seated Tai Chi class.
Okay.
And that's Thursdays at 10:30 in the morning.
So if that's something you can do, I guess, over the
Zoom. We're zooming.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can do it over an iPad or a laptop.
Phone or whatever.
Phone. Well,
phone's
you
too
can. Small. Well, I can't see it.
Yeah,
so,
I can't either. But I've seen some people's phones, and they're like this big.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's some details about.
To be honest, I need a TV about that big.
My computer's that big. So I can see everybody, you know. But anyway, I'm very excited about that. And you can be anywhere. We have some people coming in from Silver City. We have Tularosa. We have some people in Roswell that have had some procedures, can't make it in.
Well, and we live in a rural part of the country, and sometimes I know we go 3 hours for lunch, but we can avoid it in this way. That might be better for some people.
Right. So that's fun. 10:30 on Thursday mornings. Oh, and I record the class, and I send everybody in the class, or if there are some people that has already been in class and you're a little experienced.
Gotcha.
You can actually get the video and have that all week.
So if
practice
absolutely, or if just for so happens you can't make it in the live window. Right. I'll pick it up tonight. I'll do it tonight when I get home or whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah. Great thing. That's the beauty of technology sometimes.
I know. Yeah. It makes me very happy to get to offer this to some people. I have a gal that is in lower, I teach also in Ruidoso.
Okay. Yes.
On Fridays.
Which, by the way, I guess, if you're in town the weekend, you're like, hey, pop in, come in. Yeah.
Come into Ruidoso. But anyway, she is on oxygen and she does not feel confident going up to Ruidoso at this time because she's working with some health issues. And it's like we're working on getting her into the virtual class because the benefits are there. So
well, that's the be of the class. Once she's in, who knows? She might be going up the mountain before we know it.
I know. It'd be great to see her in person.
Yeah.
And then the other classes that I offer on Monday and Wednesday both, I offer the seated Tai Chi class, 2:30 to 3:30.
Very good.
And that's just loads of fun and one of the.
But if you think you're getting off easy, you think again.
I know. I'm so grateful I get to play with all of it. But Yeah, I had one lady say
But don't
that.
be intimidated, please. I'm all joking aside. Don't. It's going to be welcoming, fun.
Oh,
and
sure.
Don't be
you do what
intimidated.
you can do.
Yeah.
No, you just do what you can do.
But just because it's seated doesn't mean you're not going to be working. Yeah.
Well, we get to access the lower body. Most seated classes of any type of exercise, they don't really do the pressing as strongly as we do. And we really access the back body, which is our hips and our glutes and our back thighs, which is all part of our supportive and balance and weight transfer system. So it's really very good for weight transfer problem.
A very common area for seniors to have a lot of issues in. Too.
Right. And I tease people, but it's very true. We tend to lose our butts. And the glutes are there for ambulation. I mean, it's there to get us down the road, but we kind of leave them behind. And so anyway,
rim shot.
That's very good. So anyway, Monday and Wednesdays, 2:30 to 3:30 is a seated class. And let's see, also on Mondays is an intermediate flow class. So this is for people that are more experienced in this particular form, or if you have had Tai Chi of any form before, you can come in and it will be new order, new forms. We look different than a Yang style, for instance, or whatever. But come in and you could just play with Tai Chi.
Gotcha.
That would be Monday at 3:30.
Very good. So that kind of more of a, now that you've been doing this and you would like to take it to the next level, this is that portal to kind of show you the way.
Right. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, and we do some brain stuff. Yeah.
Now, if folks want to, is there a place you recommend or to pre-register for some of this, or just come to that first class on the first?
Call me. I need to know that you're coming into class, so I'm expecting you.
Very good.
Yeah.
So call her direct. You can call Marty via phone at 575-626-7150. That's 575-626-7150. You can also shoot her an email at let me do this. Quantum IN.
No. Lumen.
I'll let you just say it.
I'll do it.
Yeah, because my glasses.
Yeah. Those glasses.
Yeah.
Quantum Lumen. QUANTUM. Lumen, LUMIN, at proton, PROTON.me, ME.
Very good. And I know if you do use, if you're a Facebook user, I every time I do it, just type in Marty and Manchego, and her Facebook pops right up, and you can shoot a message and say, hey, I heard you on the radio, I want to be on the class, whatever it is.
And you can also go to the website. It's Tai Chi for Health.
Yes.
.org.
And that's a lot easier to remember.
TaiChiforhealth.org.
Yeah.
And you can see all the different programs that they offer. This is actually the flagship of the whole institute, and this is what caused the various organizations around the world to get on board with this. But I am in there. You can search for instructors.
Yeah.
I am in there. I just realized I forgot to update myself to mention I'm doing virtual, but one more thing.
So when you go look and it's not there, know it's there.
It is still,
update it here.
yeah, but my contact information is on there too.
Yes.
My email and my phone number.
But please come sign up. Come to this first class. If make April 1st your first opportunity here to come see what Tai Chi is all about.
Right. If you want to be standing in the standing class, come there.
And then the seated class.
The seated class is ongoing, and you can come in at any point. You don't have to wait till April if you don't want to.
Yeah, come in this week or the Wednesday. What is today? Tuesday. Yes, come in
Tuesday. Wednesday. Yeah.
I was going to think of what today was for a second And again, one more time, the phone number. If you have any questions, or definitely say, sign me up. I'm ready to do this. Give Marty a call at 575-626-7150.
And that's in Roswell, and we do meet down here at the Salvation Army.
Yes. Yeah, come on down.
Very good to us.
And don't forget, it's this Saturday.
Are they having a breakfast?
Second Saturday of every month.
That's right.
Salvation Army does their all-you-can-eat breakfast for $10. Donation to the Salvation Army. They got an omelet bar, eggs, bacon. I mean, if you leave full,
kidding.
It's your fault. And they homemade.
I didn't know they had an omelet bar.
Yeah, the omelet bar. Then his wife will do a homemade. Sometimes it's charro beans or fasole.
She is a good cook.
Yeah, they do amazing. And it's always the second Saturday. And yes, this Saturday is the second Saturday. So,
do you have anything else that you want?
Yeah, Shelley, anything?
No, I figure we covered it all. I mean, I'm very much a pro of the program. It's
I'm so
makes
happy
such a
that you've really,
difference.
it literally sounds like it was a night and day, from, literally needing a service dog, needing, having balance issues, not mention pain, everything else, to now teaching the class completely free, mellow, chill. People like they used to know her. She's like, yeah, she used to yell at me. Now she's like, whatever.
I can imagine her yelling. But yeah, so the beginning class on Wednesday, I'll be teaching it, but Shelley will be co-teaching sometimes. So
she'll be kind of your help guide to help along too.
Yep.
So go meet Shelley too.
Yep.
She'll be the chill one in the corner.
Yeah. Right.
Awesome. As always, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike.
And we'll look forward. We're going to get a chance to have Madi on with one of her other students here next week as well too. So, we'll see you next week here as well
thanks,
too.
Mike.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Enjoy your day. Put some rocks in your pockets. It's supposed to get windy today. I was trying to tell you what the weather's kind of all over the place today. So. So stay dry or less wind blown.
Yes.
Less wind.
Thank
Less
you.
wind blown. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. It is 7:50. Let's pause for news. Your Kim Commando update, quick break as well. Don't go away.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. In this day 11 of the Iran war, President Trump says it is progressing more rapidly than expected, and he predicts the war will end soon. He also threatens Iran with a fierce response if it disrupts oil tanker traffic through the strategic Strait of Hormuz. Mr. Trump says the U.S. was forced to take action against the Iranian regime because of its steadfast refusal to give up its quest for nuclear weapons. Iran, meanwhile, has been firing more drones and missiles at Israel and Gulf Arab countries. Gas prices on the rise. As of this morning, AAA's national average for a gallon of regular, $3.54. That's up 6 cents a gallon from yesterday. The California average is $5.29 a gallon. The FAA briefly grounded all JetBlue flights earlier today because of a request from the airline. The ground stop since has been lifted. This is SRN News.
I have to tell you about a real conversation between me and ChatGPT's latest version, 5.3, that I had yesterday. You see, I asked about an ABC News report that with the death of the Ayatollah, Iran is using coded radio transmissions to activate terrorist sleeper cells in America. You will not believe ChatGPT's response. I'm Kim Commando for ExpressVPN. When you're online, you're always tracked. Keep your activities private and secure. Get 4 extra months free at expressvpn.com/Kim. Now listen to ChatGPT's reply. Are you ready? Quote, the scenario described, including the death of the Ayatollah, a February 28th U.S.-Israeli strike, and an alert about sleepers as triggers, cannot currently be verified in credible media. There's no confirmed public record of these events. If such an event had occurred, it would be one of the largest geopolitical developments in decades. End quote. Wow. If ChatGPT got this wrong, what else is it missing? Join almost 1 million folks who get my free newsletters to stay tech ahead every day at getkim.com. Who really knows you best? Your spouse? Your kids? If you use a smartphone, a computer, or any internet-connected device, thousands of companies are tracking what you do online. Big tech makes billions every year monitoring the sites you visit and the things you buy. A lot of that activity is tied to your IP address. They build a profile about you, what you search for, what you like, and use it to target you with ads. That's why I use ExpressVPN. It hides your real IP address and encrypts your internet connection so what you do online isn't visible to companies, your internet provider, or anyone else trying to snoop. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. One subscription covers up to 8 devices: your phone, laptop, tablet, even your smart TV. Just one click and you're protected. Take back control of your online privacy today at expressvpn.com/Kim. And right now, get 4 extra months at expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim. expressvpn.com/Kim.
Meteorologist to Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Could get some showers today. Low pressure moving in from southern Arizona with gusty wind and just enough moist air for some showers. Mid-70s on today's high. Wind gusting to 30 miles an hour. Overnight will be breezy, our low in the upper 40s, clearing up. And then on Wednesday, we get sunshine, low 70s on the high. Still pretty windy, though, sunny at upper 70s on Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. The Goddard Baseball Classic, a.k.a. the Southwest Classic, is coming up at the end of this week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And Roswell, for one, prepped for that by playing in another tournament this past weekend, the Alamogordo tournament. Roswell first took on El Paso Da Vinci on Thursday, winning 14-2, but then lost 7-2 to Valencia on Friday, and then finally beat Lovington, no problem, 22-2 to wrap things up. Roswell 3-2 will take on Rose of Sharon from El Paso, a team that's already 12-1-1. That's at the Goddard tournament Thursday night at 7. Meanwhile, the host Rockets will take on NMMI. Goddard is 2-0 after sweeping Farmington to start the season, and then NMMI is 2-1. They opened with a loss to Lovington, but then swept Chaparral in a doubleheader. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Oil prices continue to soar as the Iran war intensified, threatening production and shipping in the Middle East and straining energy supplies worldwide. Airline stocks were hammered on Monday, while airfares soared as the U.S.-Israeli war on Iran sent oil prices surging, sparking fears of deep travel slumps and the potential for widespread grounding of planes. Costco says it will cut prices if it receives any refunds from the U.S. Supreme Court's decision to strike down President Donald Trump's emergency tariffs. Costco was among over 1,000 businesses that sued the government, saying Donald Trump lacked the legal authority to impose tariffs. Ford is recalling about 1.7 million vehicles in the U.S. due to malfunctions that can prevent the backup camera image from displaying correctly. The recall affects several types of Ford and Lincoln vehicles with model years 2020 through 2026. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Hey, Roswell, it's Ford Truck Month, and your friends at Roswell Ford are rolling out massive savings on all new Fords and 000. You heard right. During Ford Truck Month, get 0% financing for 60 months, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days. Plus, Roswell Ford needs your trade today, so we are willing to overpay. We'll do whatever it takes to get you released from your car, truck, or SUV, even if you owe thousands more than your trade is worth. So you can upgrade to a new Ford for less, with 0% financing for 60 months, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit with great rates and terms, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford. Upgrade to a new Ford today and get huge American-made savings with 0% financing for 60 months, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days during Ford Truck Month. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
Interest accrues from date of sale. 0 APR is $16.67 per thousand. Financed on 2025 F-150s. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined on select vehicles.
What does it mean for a roofing contractor to have heart? How about braving a 24-hour road trip with a bad back and a 20-foot-long trailer through Interstate 40? You heard that right. A local business needed a new roof, but this business did not want just any roof. They desired a schoolhouse roof with red shingles. Well, we wanted to give our customers exactly what they were asking for. The only problem was that the red color of shingle they were looking for had been discontinued in our local region. But we didn't give up then. We were told by our supplier that the schoolhouse red color of shingle that we were looking for was still available in Arkansas. So we did what was expected of us and drove 24 hours, and we delivered on our promise. If you need a roofer who delivers on their promises, call Trustmark Roofing today at 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas. Ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
You can't hunt camels in Arizona, but you can buy them. They go for about $10 a pack. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 8 o'clock. Excuse me. Stay tuned next hour. About 8:15 or so, we'll have Dr. Powell join us from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell. Town Hall News is up next. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side of news.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. Anna Thomason. Iran stands alone, and they are losing. The words of Secretary of War Hegseth, delivering a war update this morning. He adds this will be the most intense day of strikes inside Iran. President Trump says Operation Epic Fury is progressing more rapidly than expected. He predicts it could end soon. As the BBC's Hashear Jonadeh reports, Mr. Trump is threatening Iran with a devastating response if it disrupts tanker traffic through the strategic Strait of Hormuz.
In response to this gesturing from Iran, President Trump has issued a very strong and angry message on Truth Social, in which he's warned that if Iran stops the flow of oil from the Strait of Hormuz, it will be hit 20 times harder than what it has already been hit with. And then added that Iran will face with death, fire, and fury in such case.
The president says the U.S. had to take action against Iran because of its stubborn refusal to give up its quest for nuclear weapons.
They were starting work at another site, a different kind of a site, and that was protected by granite. They wanted it protected. Granite's pretty good, but they wanted it protected by a lot deeper. They wanted to go a lot deeper, and they started the process.
Iran, meanwhile, has been firing more drones, more missiles at Israel, as well as Gulf Arab countries. And gas prices continue to rise. As of this morning, AAA's national average for a gallon of regular, $3.54. That's up 6 cents a gallon from yesterday. The average in California, $5.29. The FAA briefly grounded all JetBlue flights earlier today because of a request from the airline. The ground stop was lifted after about 40 minutes. On Wall Street, the Dow's down 173 points, NASDAQ up 30 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
China reports its exports rose almost 22% in the first 2 months of the year, while trade with the U.S. shrank. Surging exports of computer chips and autos helped to drive the increase. The export figures released by China's customs agency are much better than economists had been expecting. They far exceed the 6.6% growth in December. China's exports have been a bright spot for its economy. Despite tension with the U.S., China's exports climbed 5.5% for 2025 as its trade surplus surged to a record of almost $1.2 trillion. Higher shipments to other regions, including Europe and Latin America, helped to offset a drop in exports to the U.S. French President Macron has visited Cyprus in a show of support days after a drone hit a British base on the island. It was the first drone attack on European territory during the war going on in Iran. News and analysis, townhall.com. It began innocently enough but ended in tragedy in Gainesville, Georgia. Correspondent Keith Peters explains.
A Georgia high school teacher is dead after teenagers pulled a late-night prank outside his home. The Hall County Sheriff's Office said teenagers went to 40-year-old Jason Hughes' home late Friday night to roll his yard with toilet paper. It says Hughes came outside as the teens were leaving and he tripped and fell into the street where one of the teens struck him with a pickup truck. The 18-year-old driver of the pickup has been charged with a felony count of vehicular homicide. 4 other teens were charged with trespassing and littering. Hughes' family said in a statement that he knew and loved the teens and that they want all charges dropped. Keith Peters, Washington.
Team USA advances in the World Baseball Classic. This after defeating Mexico 5-3 in Houston. The U.S. improves to 3-0 and will meet Italy later today. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel witch and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2, the deuce of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday.
Yes, indeed.
Sun's out right now.
Sun is out. The clouds actually kind of drifted off. As I was getting the kids to their various places of education, I watched the clouds just kind of drift off to the east. And
yeah, I think our chance of sprinkles have been dissipated.
Yeah.
But they say we do have chance of showers this afternoon, like a 40%. So don't think we're not out of the woods yet. We might still have a chance. So we'll see.
And it is a little cooler this morning.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be a weird week in that way. Because, it's going to be like 70s, mid-70s. I think we dip down to low 70s tomorrow. But then by Friday, we're back into the mid-80s. We're going to hit 90 on Saturday. So we're going to be like 73 tomorrow, 76 Thursday, but 90 on Saturday, 85 on Sunday.
90.
Yep.
90 in March. Lousy Smarch weather.
It's madness.
It is. It's madness. The madness in March.
But,
do you have express written consent of the National Basketball Association?
What was it? He said something earlier on during Chris DeGaule's show. Somebody said something, and I thought they said Super Bowl, but it didn't. It was just made me, because I thought of the exact same thing. You said Super.
You can't say that.
It wasn't Super Bowl, but it was something like that. But anyway,
they were talking about certain species of owl, and this was a superb owl.
There you go. It was good, real good. But yes, happy Tuesday.
Indeed.
Oh, there was something I was going to mention. Go ahead.
I found something kind of interesting yesterday. So, I don't think this is a spoiler for those who haven't seen season 2 of Ted. It ends with an ending.
So you've seen the whole
I watched
season?
the whole second season.
How many episodes?
It's 8 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're all actually, so the first season they were kind of.
They know we want more than 8. Why do they do this to us?
But think about it. I always think about it in the realm of movies.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, 8 episodes at 30 minutes, give or take a piece, you're looking at 2.5 hours essentially. Hang on. 1, 2, 3.
2 to 1.
Yeah. So 4 hours. I'm bad at math. 4 hours of a movie, basically. Yeah. That's just different stories.
I know.
Now, it ended, though, with an ending. So I'm pretty sure there's not going to be a season 3 of Ted.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Now, that being said, while I was watching different interviews, different things that Seth was doing. He went on the Today Show. This is actually where I found out. Peacock has greenlit, and they're currently in production on a TED animated series that's going to take place directly after the events of the second movie.
Okay.
So we're now jumping in the timeline to the end of the second movie.
So they're gonna get Mac Wahlberg to be the voice?
Mac Wahlberg, yeah, everybody's back doing their voices. What's her face?
So the kid get too expensive? Is that why they stopped doing the show?
I reckon it's because they're all kind of it's the Stranger Things conundrum.
Well, I mean, with the animated, it don't matter, does it?
Yeah, that wouldn't matter at that point.
Unless the kid's voice physically.
Yeah, but
I'm 7.
But I also think it's I don't know. Maybe they just okay. I will say this. Seth had mentioned that the production cost on each episode, they were basically making an Avengers every 30 minutes.
Oh, really?
Like that for cost.
That's
and
why
for
there's 8
production
episodes.
yeah. So they could only budget for so much. So that's mostly why there's not going to be a season 3. Plus, it takes forever to do. Like he was saying, just doing the scene with Bill Clinton in the Dunkin' Donuts, which, by the way, you are right. They did utilize some AI.
Yeah.
It's not full AI, but they used.
So there's like some makeup and some AI, and then McFarlane under all that.
This is a good example of utilizing AI as a tool, not letting it take over a position. And so that's kind of what he did for that scene. But they're going to be working on an animated series. The full cast from the second movie is back, which include, and again, they all float in the McFarlane universe. So it couldn't have been that hard to get a hold of Patrick Warburton.
Yeah, right.
It's like the finale. The finale of the second season of Ted has a narration by the narrator for the entirety of the Ted series.
Okay.
Which is Ian McKellen, I think. Not Ian McKellen. What's his name? Oh, gosh darn it.
It's not
Picard. What's his name?
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart, yeah. So it's Patrick Stewart.
I was like, trying to think, who was
but
the
Patrick Stewart he's very involved in a lot of McFarlane projects. Like he was the narrator for Once Upon a Time in the West.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, 1,000 Ways to Die.
Yeah, 1,000 Ways to Die in the West. Yes.
Yeah.
Or A Million Ways to Die.
A Million Ways to Die in the
Whatever
West.
it was, yeah.
But so he's very much in that same universe. So it couldn't have been that hard to put his group back together.
Sure.
But
and he's Seth MacFarlane. He's connected. I mean,
yeah.
All of his buddies.
I'll tell you though, I finished it over the weekend. I already am like clamoring to go back and rewatch certain episodes just because I want to solidify some of the jokes in my head.
I feel like McFarlane's kind of like Sandler in Hollywood that way, where he's got all his buddies and he just calls them up to be in the movies, and they just, Sandler puts out the Batman light, and then all of a sudden Eminem and all these guys just start showing up to his projects. I feel like McFarlane's kind of the same way.
He's got his cinematic universe essentially. Yeah. But so yeah, that's in production, the animated series, and they said potentially end of this year, beginning of next. So something to look forward to.
I just got to thinking. I would love to see a Seth MacFarlane, Kevin Smith collaboration,
like a joint.
Yeah, I don't know. I like a best of both worlds.
You know what would be interesting?
Bring the View Askew world.
It would be interesting to see Seth MacFarlane animate a Jay and Silent Bob cartoon.
Yeah.
Like to kind of take it back from what it was from back in the day.
Yeah.
And the Clerks animated series or whatever, and make a Jay and Silent Bob. And I think that he'd do a really good job with it.
Yeah.
But he's already got like 1,000 irons in the fire.
Just in my head, because of those are, people at work I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see them do something.
Like,
and what would they mind meld together and create? I'd be kind of
one thing I kept forgetting about until I heard it brought up a couple of times in different interviews and different segments is McFarlane's the Orville was also McFarlane's baby, and that ran for a number of years, and many people from the series that series make appearances or end up in Ted.
Right.
And
wasn't the Orville almost the same? Like you're talking about the expense and everything for making the Ted series.
And he said that too.
The Orville was kind of the same way.
He said that. He's like, I'm used to having that kind of a spend and that kind of a budget on the Orville, but not for for something like Ted.
What was that? There's another show, unfortunately. And this to me is that Tombstone, Wyatt Earp, Dante's Peak volcano thing going on. Right around the time when Seth's show was out, there was another show eerily similar starring House.
Starring
the guy who played House.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
Not Hugh Jackman. Hugh Laurie. Yes.
Hugh Jackman. Okay, so in the
But it was a space. But I feel like his was like a space station, not a ship. Like
was it called the Laurie? Hang on, let's hit the Googler.
And I remember trying to watch it and not being a fan, but it was comedic, like Seth MacFarlane's
Avenue 5.
There it is.
This came out though in 2020.
Oh, really? So it's more recent.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little older than that.
No, it was. It's set 40 years in the future about the crew and passengers of a luxury space cruise ship that goes wildly off course, leaving them stranded in space.
Yeah.
So Gilligan's Island in space.
Yeah. This meets Love Boat.
Yeah, it meets Love Boat in space. Yeah.
It was bad. I remember it.
It had 2 seasons. I mean, now again, it looks British, so I'm guessing those seasons were only 6 episodes.
Well, all I remember is I tried watching it because I think it was on HBO or something. And yeah.
It's funny. I used to balk, and I thought it was absurd that British series were only 6 episodes. Like, everybody rants and raves about the original British Office. Do you know how many episodes the original British Office has?
12.
12. They have 2 seasons, 12 episodes, and that's what we based 18 seasons and spin-offs and all kinds of stuff on.
How can one even remotely compare the American version to the British version when you're comparing how many seasons was the American Office?
If you go
10, 12?
apples to apples with the first couple of episodes, it lines up. But we took it and made it very, very much our own thing.
Yeah.
And that works sometimes and it doesn't. They tried to do the exact same thing with one of my favorite British shows, The IT Crowd.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to bring it over. I think it was NBC was trying to launch they did a pilot with Joel McHale. And they actually brought Richard Ayoade in to play Moss, who was Moss from
Joel
IT
McHale
Crowd.
can't save everything.
He cannot save everything. And boy, howdy, could he not save this, because they were going line for line and shot for shot with a few slight tweaks from British version versus American version. But it tanked. It tanked terribly.
Wow. You know who was the 90s version of the Joel McHale at that time? David Spade. If you remember a lot of TV shows in the 90s, they start to falter. All of a sudden, David Spade would be on the cast.
You're right, because I'm thinking 8 Simple Rules did it.
That magazine one did it.
Yeah, Spin City.
Yeah.
Of course, I think he was in Spin City from the beginning, wasn't he? I don't remember.
I don't know either.
I don't remember exactly. But he was one of those go-to guys. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
For some reason, when you said David Spade, my mind went to David Schwimmer.
Oh.
I'm like, Ross? He was only in 2 things.
Yeah.
But no. But yeah, David Spade, he was very much that kind of
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that comes after the death of Farley.
Yeah.
Because he kind of fell off and became a single comedian, whereas he was part of a team. And
I imagine, too, he also wanted to break from that. Oh, that's Chris Farley's sidekick. You know what I mean?
Right.
He kind of got pigeonholed there a little bit. You know what I mean? And so he had to break away from that. So I think our guest is here.
Heard a ruffle.
Very good. Well, let's get her going in.
Yep.
Dr. Powell, I think, will be joining us from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell, here in just a few minutes. Give us an update what's happening at the college. Before we do that, though, let's take a look at your weather, which we might get some rain, we might get some wind, and eventually it's going to be hot. So there's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Could get some showers today. Low pressure moving in from southern Arizona with gusty wind and just enough moist air for some showers. Mid-70s on today's high. Wind gusting to 30 miles an hour. Overnight will be breezy. Our low in the upper 40s, clearing up. And then on Wednesday we get sunshine. Low 70s on the high. Still pretty windy though. Sunny at upper 70s on Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 47 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at, sorry, my computer did a bloop there for a second, so I lost it. Humidity is at 50%. Winds currently out of the northeast at 6 miles per hour. So they say a slight chance of sprinkles this morning. I think those chances have gone the way of the dodo, but they do say we have a 40% chance we could see a few showers this afternoon. Partly cloudy with a high of 76 today. Winds will be out of the north 5 to 10. They will pick up 15 to 20. Could see wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour later this afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy, overnight low 48. Winds out of the west 15 to 20. Tomorrow, cooler a little bit. Sunny 73, but the winds will kind of remain breezy 20 to 25. However, that's going to be in the morning. By the afternoon, you'll see the winds drop down 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, we start creeping back up into warmer temps. Sunny and 76 on Thursday. South winds 5 to 15. We hit the mid-80s on Friday. Friday, 86 for a high. Just straight up 90. Sunny and 90 on Saturday. And then sunny and 85 on Sunday there. But then we have a big swing, it looks like, because Monday we go from 86 Sunday to 66 on Monday. So, of course, we got a while yet for that. We'll see. But that's what they're saying right now. All right, it is 20 minutes after 8. We're going to take about a 2-minute break here. And then Dr. Sean Powell will join us from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell, on the other side of the break. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
It's time again for the Clovis Evening Lions Club Gun, Knife, and Coin Show, happening Friday, March 13th from 1 to 7, Saturday, March 14th from 9 to 5, and Sunday the 15th from 9 to 4 at the My Metal Livestock Pavilion at the Curry County Fairgrounds. Browse dozens of vendors selling collectible knives, coins, historical and modern firearms, as well as ammunition and accessories. $5 general admission, $4 military discount, and $4 NRA discount available. Find all the information online, clovisnmlions.com. Paid for in part by the City of Clovis Lodgers Tax Fund.
Hi, can I help you?
I'm here to make hot your home.
You're not Fergie's.
I have right tools for a job.
Well, you may have the proper tools, but do you know how to use them?
I learn on Croatian YouTube.
Oh no, baby. Just because they have the equipment don't mean they can get the job done. Let Fergie's work their mojo on your heating and AC unit. 622-2660.
Fergalicious.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas, ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
The inventor of Pringles is buried in a Pringles can. I wonder if they got their hands stuck putting him in there. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 23 minutes after 8 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning, we have Dr. Sean Powell back with us, with Eastern New Mexico University Roswell president. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you, Mike?
Doing well. How's life at the college this morning here?
Well, things are really good. We had a great turnout this past weekend. We held a spring blast. That's what we called it, 5K, 10K, and half marathon. It's the first time we had done those longer distances, and we had 128 runners come out.
That's a good number.
And so we had a lot of hard work from the faculty and staff to get that done, and physical plant and security did a lot. We really had a nice race and had a lot of good participants, and we'll look to do it again next year.
Very good. So bigger and better for next year, hopefully.
Yeah, and this raises funding for our scholarships through the foundation.
Yeah,
so,
this is, it's kind of, obviously, some of the, the golf tournament is usually one of the major fundraisers most people are aware of that the foundation does. But, yeah, they've got other opportunities here, and this runs another great way. And it's great. If you're not familiar with what the foundation does there, they really provide these scholarships, these opportunities for students to attend. You show them a little academic desire, and they kind of pave the way for these folks to make that path available to them. And so it's a great program that they do. So
yeah, the foundation is great. And then also I want to thank our volunteers. We had 32 nursing students and 10 EMS students out there, as well as some fire equipment from
So if
Midway.
anybody was feeling peaked, there was plenty of people to take care of them. So.
Well, and I asked the runners, I said, please be courteous to the volunteers, because, if you need health care in Chavez County in the next few years,
you might be seeing these folks
you're
again.
You're going to be seeing them, and they might remember. So
that's true. So
we
all
had
kidding aside,
had a great time. Had a great
that's
time.
Great too, and and it's fun that. And this is the great thing about it is I love that because with the 5Ks you always get different categories of contestants. You get the fitness. They're trying to break times and set records, and they're competing. And then you get the rest of us are like, hey, I'm going to be outside getting some fresh air. We'll laugh and walk as probably as much as we run, but we're going to get through this stuff. And so I love it because you get both. And that's what the great thing about this is you get to do it either way. If you want to make it a fun social thing, getting out some air and hanging out with your friends and raising some money for the foundation, or if you're saying, nope, I'm competing for the summer games here in 3 years or 2 years. So.
Well, we had, like I said, 128 folks came out, and that included 20 cadets from Youth Challenge, and they
took it seriously.
They were serious, and they were preparing for the Baton Death March.
Oh, so so this is training as much as it was fundraising, but they're preparing for Baton. So
right, they did the 10K with us, and then. We had about 15 people do the half marathon, and so it went really well. And again, I want to give compliments out to our faculty and staff and physical plant, the maintenance folks and security. They just did a great job out there with the race. And of course, Frank Gonzalez with the gym, he was there keeping time with us. So it went really well.
Excellent. And of course, those partners around too, because obviously running around there, and of course it's the air center and everything else. So obviously neighbors and stuff, they're always good partners in these things. Because sometimes they don't want you running around places out there that you shouldn't be running around out there. So.
Well, I advertised it when we put it out as a flat course and one that they could run on unrestricted, and the road out beside the airport to the west has recently been paved. And so we were able to block that off with the city assistance, and we had, like I said, a great turnout, and we felt very good about it, and we'll be doing it again next year.
Excellent. So, inquire if you'd like to be involved in the planning and part of that there too.
Absolutely.
So, good deal.
Absolutely.
What else we want to put on folks' radar?
Well, into the month, we're going to be looking at registration for summer and fall.
It's hard to believe it's that time again already, isn't it?
It is.
But kids are going to be walking the stage here in a month or two. I mean, is that quick? I mean, graduates will be walking the stage here in a month or two.
Well, our age range is 13 to 78 this semester. So we will have some early college, high school students graduating, and some of them will be younger than others of us. But we're going to be doing that at the Wool Bowl this year.
That'll be nice. They get to kind of experience that, and which means, yes, we're all going to be praying for no rain. But in theory, you can bring all your family to come out and enjoy this year's. We're not limited to space on indoors or anything. It's the Wool Bowl. They can put like 10,000 people in there, so we're going to be good to go.
Yeah, one of the nursing students, because they're getting ready to graduate, one of the volunteers said, "So, is there going to be tickets or limits on the number of people we can bring?" And I said, "I don't think so."
Oh, yeah.
At the Wool Bowl.
And then you can get to the gate, this kind of thing there, and that'll be nice. We just gotta cross our fingers and do our don't rain on that either, because it happens every graduation. That weekend when Roswell High and all the different schools are doing their graduations, that I think they usually start Thursday going to Saturday, and it's like every night you're like, yep, chance of showers. Is it gonna? Oh, it looks like it's passing. All right, we're good today. It's always that game, and I don't care what you could pick any weekend in that month, and that's the weekend it's going to do it. It's set your watch to it. I don't know what it is. It's just like that.
Right. Well, I think, again, we appreciate the school district's cooperation with us. And, sometime in the future, the Civic Center might be available again. I'm not sure what the future of that building is now. But
I don't know either. I've heard a lot of back and forth. So, yeah. So, whatever it is, hopefully someday it'll be back. But in the meantime, Wilbel's going to be a great place to do graduation. So, yes. I'm excited that the college gets to do that for the first time here. So, good deal.
Yeah, we'll have, like I said, registration starting up the end of the month, and then that'll be for summer and fall. So as you've talked about in the past, there's more options earlier. So the quicker you can get registered. And
particularly with summer where it's a smaller class schedule than your fall and spring typically there. The early bird gets the worm on these. And it's true at every time, but particularly with summer or when they do the 8-week classes, you got to kind of jump on that pretty quick kind of thing. So.
Yes. So we can have good turnouts there and get the enrollment going and registration fired up, and Student Affairs is getting everything ready to open that time period up for that to happen. And then, like you said, we'll get into the summer, shorter time period classes, and then it'll be fall again.
When we start right back over here. But please note, here in a couple of weeks when they open up the summer, it is also the fall semester too. So if you're like, well, I'm not ready to start summer. Well, it's not too early to get lined up for the falls, but particularly if you have not registered with the campus. Actually, you don't have to wait to do that. You could walk in today and get registered with the campus and get all of that lined up right now. So when the fall registration opens up here in a week or two, you can be right on board to log in online or come back and visit or whatever you want to do to sign up for classes here. So.
Yeah, and then we'll have a career fair on campus the 24th of April. So that's coming up. And I think that's a really nice event for students and then just community members to get a chance to see what jobs are available. And I think there's over 40 businesses and agencies that have already indicated an interest in having a booth there.
Locally, and I guess probably even statewide here on a few of those agencies and things and stuff too. So, and that's a great and I would imagine if you're not in on it yet, you might want to reach out to the college and say, hey, our business would like to interested in being a part of your career fair here. What do we got to do to sign up for that? And because that's one thing that I know the college is always, that's that symbiotic relationship that a college like ENMU has. Is it serves the needs of its students as it serves the needs of the community in which it sits in. And so if it's not meeting the educational needs of the community that it lives in, then it's not meeting the needs of its students. So you got to have that symbiotic relationship. So please, the college is all about working with our business partners and with our community partners to trying to line your vision with their vision.
Well, and the strategic plan just calls for, community support, and we do have to look at what student needs are first, but we have to, as you indicated, align that with what is out in the community in terms of job opportunities. And there's some new opportunities that are coming up, and I know BuiltWise is one of those. We've had some of our graduates go to the modular home building, and then Amazon's here now, and we'll have some other opportunities that I know Economic Development Corporation is working with several larger companies to get.
They're burning the candle both ends, and we're trying to do that kind of stuff. So absolutely.
But we work closely with the two chambers, the Roswell Chamber of Commerce, the Hispano Chamber of Commerce, and the EDC here in Roswell Chavez County to make sure that their membership and their needs are represented in our
kind of locked in step there
in our program,
being that good community partner. And so, but yes, please, if you're interested in the job fair, please reach out to the college. I'm sooner rather than later. We're a little over a month out from the event, so get it done here now. They can lock in and get everything, all of that. So. Be a good thing.
And Kim Biggs is the point of contact for that, and she's a great coordinator along with her team, and they do a great job on that career fair.
Absolutely, yeah. It's really a great opportunity because I imagine you not only get your student body, but the general public does come in, and you get all walks of life that kind of come through there. So a lot of eyeballs are on that particular event. So if you're looking for people, this is a good place to maybe find some good good people to be a part of it. And really, sky's the limit, from, sales field, career fields to more technical training to whatever. There's, whatever it is, there's a niche for it there. So.
And I think we're getting pretty close to the governor's final sign-off day for legislation from this last legislative session. Tomorrow's the day, and so we'll know for sure what bills are signed and what bills are not going to be signed, or her veto authority. And I just want to say thank you to all of our local legislators. Here in Chavez County, we have 5 representatives and 4 senators with the way the districts are running right now. And they're all great and supportive of the campus and the communities that they represent. I know we're eager to find out what's going to be forthcoming in terms of financial support for different projects. And I've worked with the school districts a little bit, talking with their superintendents and trying to make sure that the dual credit options are available and making sure equipment that we're going to have for some of the career and tech ed programs are there. So again, really want to give appreciation out to the legislators for all their support during the session, and we'll know pretty soon about our final outcomes from this one.
And it's one of those things, and hopefully, like you said, our legislators are starting to see that we got to invest in the education in this state, and that's just all levels, higher education to early child development, and that's hopefully, that's where the money goes here for the future. So we can definitely, because it really does lead to the more educational opportunities, the more growth we can have out of that campus, the more amenities, the more opportunities happen in this community. You want more doctors, you want more professionals. How does that happen? We have better educational facilities to be a place to provide those kind of trainings first off, but to also bring a better quality of life to this area, which attracts higher income, attracts more professionals. They want to settle roots here. That's why, when we talk about the city and the quality of life and our parks, and, if you want to attract people to come here, I know our legislative session and the medical thing's been a whole nightmare. That's another story for another day, but you want to see those kind of people. You got to build a community that they're going to want to raise a family in, they don't want to be here, but somebody in Texas was willing to pay them. You know what I mean? That's what we fight. So, but the college is that's the foundation for that. It starts there. If you have a great campus offering great opportunities, that kind of spreads into the community where, okay, now our parks, our amenities, our businesses, because there's a pipeline for trainees and things, that all locks that stuff in. So it's another piece in the big puzzle to make everything work. So.
Well, and we, again, try to involve our community partners as much as we can in all of the activities that we do on campus, and in our planning efforts for sure, include input from the community.
Absolutely. So the benefit is, you get to take advantage of this great campus as we bring in more amenities. We bring more, thanks to folks, and I'm going to keep telling you when they come, when Dr. Powell and the general and our superintendent come back in here for, asking about bond elections and things that's going to be coming in the future here. This is why we like you to say yes, so we can see these programs. You can see, that welding department. You can see the security. You can see that automotive, that the great automotive. That's all thanks to people voting for that kind of stuff. And so you want to continue to have those opportunities. We got to continue to support that. So that's the way to do it. I know I'm getting philosophical and everybody and all that, but in the big picture, it's so important we invest in this kind of stuff to make our communities better. That's how we fix it. There's no other way. So.
General Mick Burnett did a community presentation I attended last week, and it's amazing the things that are going on at the Institute right now, and they've really increased their enrollment this past year, and they've expanded the IPA program. Now they're in all 3 grades, and so they're really moving forward in a positive manner, and we always work together when we talk about local education efforts with the superintendents from the school district and the New Mexico Military Institute, because we all provide some services to the citizens of Chavez County and to the state of New Mexico. And I don't see any of it as competitive. I see it all as complementary.
Absolutely. Well, it's choices and options, and I'm not saying you can't find the same dream at either place, but there are going to be certain things that NMMI provide that's going to appeal to their students more. Whereas there's going to be other aspects that ENMU is going to be what people prefer. And it's a good thing to have both, because they, it all, like you said, they work together to make a better overall education here. It's all of our community that, both are bringing and training and creating quality people. And the more places we have doing that, better your community is. The way I see it.
Well, and as you know, the state of New Mexico has various opportunities for scholarships, and that's why if anyone's interested in exploring programs at our campus or at the New Mexico Military Institute, please get with their financial aid office, go ahead and go through the enrollment process and see what's available to you.
Matter of fact, stick around. We had the general on Friday. We're going to replay that interview next hour. So stick on the show. You can listen to the general chat a little bit more about that kind of stuff there in the campus here too. So absolutely. Is there any events, anything that are coming up here we want to put on the folks' radar here?
I think, again, April 24th will be our career fair. Okay. And then we do have adult education graduation. And that's always a really neat event. That's going to happen the 7th of May, and the Secretary of Higher Ed, Stephanie Rodriguez, is going to be here. We're hoping to do a ribbon cutting for our nursing expansion in the Health Science Building that same day. She was instrumental, the Secretary was instrumental in providing some direction and funding for that to occur, that project, and that will increase the number of nursing students that we can have.
Which is an amazing thing, because, as you all know, it's kind of a waiting list to get into that program and at times and things. So it's a very to be able to perform more. This is desperately needed, so it's a good thing.
And again, we appreciate all of the local contractors who are working with us to make these projects come to fruition. Holloway Construction, Wade Construction are working really hard to get a couple of these projects finalized here in the next few months, and it's just been ongoing improvement on campus. You know how it is when you're at the Air Force Base.
Yep.
Well, you always find things.
Absolutely. And this kind of goes back, when we say on those bond things and this deal too, we talk about, not only providing these excellent facilities or whatever is needed for the college, but like you said, it's all going to local, you got local contractors, local builders. They're the ones that are going to be the ones getting the money that make, you know what I'm saying? So that money really is kind of creating our own local growth here, doing that kind of thing by doing that. So that's another aspect of why it's important to be voting on those bond elections. A lot of times the work that's being spent is being, spent on companies that are right here in our own area. So it's good. Again, win-win all the way around. So what else do we want to mention, put on people's radar?
Well, I think, as we look into the summer, we'll have our pool open again. We do that on a regular basis, where Chad Cole is with us now and as our Vice President of Business Affairs, and we're really happy to have him there. We recently announced the hiring of a new Vice President of Academic and Student Affairs, and it's Craig Ledger. Dr. Ledger will be coming in from Iowa.
Oh, very good.
And once he's here, we'll have him come on the show and
very good.
We'll give you a chance to meet him.
Hopefully the pool will be ready, because coming from Iowa, he might not be quite ready for our heat yet.
But no, typical things in the summer, and then we're looking forward to the air races and providing some of the same types of services or amenities that we did last summer.
It's going to be a home away from home for many of the participants in this year's. Of course, I'm going to guess there's going to be a few more out this year. Year 2 is going to be bigger, better, faster. I mean, we got the Thunderbirds this year, so
yes.
I imagine there's going to be a few more competitors, a few more racers, probably a few more ping pong matches and movie nights and everything else going on out there too.
I believe that they have the 8 classes now that they're going to have.
They're going to have jet this year. I think there's going to be the jet class in there, and the big boys are coming now. So,
Bobby Thompson was talking about that at a meeting not too long ago, and she said these are the ones that are limited to 600 miles an hour.
They got to throttle these guys back. Yeah. Well, it'll get a little louder. I'm telling you. And I mean, those propellers will get loud, but it's not jet engine loud. No. When they're pulling full burner going. Yeah, it's going to get loud.
And yeah, Thunderbirds, I believe they're going to do a practice on the Friday, September 16 to 20 are those dates, and then they'll be doing a practice on the Friday and then a full show Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, very cool.
So we're working with NCAR again to have the campus ready and have the Air Center ready to have lots of visitors.
Absolutely. We look forward to it. So, again, reach out. Now's the time to get in, and you want to volunteer, work at part, all that there, go to their website, the aries.org website, and learn more about that stuff. So, yeah, definitely. But, yeah, campus is going to be right there, center stage once again this September when it all hits again.
Yeah.
So, that'll be nice. So, but if you are looking to register for classes, don't forget, we are weeks away from registration for summer and fall semester. If you've not registered with the college, do it this week. Get it done this next week or two. That way, here in a couple weeks when registration does open up, you can be first in the gate to get your class times and get whatever, whether it's to start here in the summer or here in August in the fall here. So whenever that is.
Yeah, please get all your registration materials in and get an appointment with an advisor, and you can kind of figure out what classes you want to do.
This is a perfect time to do that, where it's not as, people aren't trying to graduate or sign up for new classes, or it's kind of everyone's kind of in right in the middle of their semesters. I imagine worrying about midterms and stuff like that about right about now. So they're kind of in the zone right now. So.
Yeah, we'll be on spring break next week, but the student affairs and everyone else will be there. Won't have
services
classes,
will be available. Just
services
no classes and
no classes.
Cafeteria will be a little quieter next week.
Right.
They've been hanking for something. It's a good day to go down and eat. So. Good deal. Is there anything we wanted to cover we didn't get a chance to?
No, I just, again, appreciate the opportunity to be here with you today and to talk about our campus. And again, thanks to all of the runners who came out to support our foundation and raising money
Please
for
come back
scholarships.
next year. Let's do it again.
Yeah, and one other thing, the foundation golf tournament is April 5th. So it's going to be that weekend of Easter. So that's coming up. If you're interested, Craig Collins is the foundation director on our campus.
Sign up if you want to get your teams or be a sponsor still. I imagine there's still some sponsorship opportunities there. I know one thing just from past experience with previous foundation golf tournaments, come hungry because you're eating all day. You're like they can feed you breakfast and lunch. And I mean, I got to be honest, maybe bring some wet napkins because you might get, because I don't want you, golf club flying into the woods because my greasy fingers from all this food. I don't want any of those excuses. So, but they do it upright. Great prizes, great food, great, and obviously a great cause. Because again, and this is their big. This is the big. The golf tournament is what provides most of the funding and resources for their scholarships and things. So, please spine up your teams. Become a sponsor if you can. If you're not a golfer, just make a donation. That'd be great too. So.
Yeah. Again, thanks for the opportunity to be with you today, and
anytime.
Appreciate the chance.
Anytime, anything else we can do. Roswell.enmu.edu is the website. Go there, and you can start reading and doing everything else. You can even start the registration process right there. And here in about 2 weeks, that'll open up for summer and fall registration here. So be on the lookout there too. And don't forget, April 24th is that job career fair. Again, go to the website, roswell.enmu.edu. Go there and learn more about that if you want to sign up your business or if you want to register as a participant or anything like that. So, good deal.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Powell.
Thank you.
Off to your next thing, and
yes.
We appreciate it. Anything else we can do, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Well, thank you again.
All right,
Appreciate
take care and stay dry / less windy today. I think that's if it happens, what they say is going to happen. So,
very good.
Thank you. All right, it is 8:48. Let's pause for news and quick break. Weather, all that good stuff. Don't go away.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. In this day 11 of the Iran war, President Trump says it is progressing more rapidly than expected, and he predicts the war will end soon. He also threatens Iran with a fierce response if it disrupts oil tanker traffic through the strategic Strait of Hormuz. Mr. Trump says the U.S. was forced to take action against the Iranian regime because of its steadfast refusal to give up its quest for nuclear weapons. Iran, meanwhile, has been firing more drones and missiles at Israel and Gulf Arab countries. Gas prices on the rise. As of this morning, AAA's national average for a gallon of regular, $3.54. That's up 6 cents a gallon from yesterday. The California average is $5.29 a gallon. The FAA briefly grounded all JetBlue flights earlier today because of a request from the airline. The ground stop since has been lifted. This is SRN News.
The octopus and the squid both have 3 hearts. That's why they eat so many Tums. Here's Mike Winters.
And now, the second cousin of the guy Mom warned you about. It's Uncle Otis at large.
You can ask your bartender just about anything. So next time, ask for a war between the states. He'll want to know how you want it, either north or south. What you'll get is an Everclear smoothie made with shrimp if it's south or clams if it's north. So there is no right or wrong answer. Nothing's that easy, unless you do what I do and learn everything you need to know from one sacred place, one that don't miss and don't break. That's a blues man. If Blind Muddy Paws tells you, "Get your wet nose off my shorts," you'll know that's a line you do not cross. If you think you've got what it takes to be the next Blind Lemon Pledge, and you got the hunger for the smoking gun of truth, then pick up that harp and play it right from wrong. But remember, Blues Man gives no trophy for trying. But Uncle Otis, that harp's just a handful of wood and cheap metal. Probably an app for all that anyway. Sounds like what's in it for me just made it through the Electoral College. Who's sorry now?
Weird, I know. It's Uncle Otis.
That was pretty cool.
At large.
Hey there, follow along with the Bouncy Ball with all new Uncle Otis animated episodes. Check it out at Otis Advisory on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, and YouTube. That's at Otis Advisory.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Could get some showers today. Low pressure moving in from southern Arizona with gusty wind and just enough moist air for some showers. Mid-70s on today's high. Wind gusting to 30 miles an hour. Overnight will be breezy. Our low in the upper 40s, clearing up. And then on Wednesday we get sunshine. Low 70s on the high. Still pretty windy though. Sunny at upper 70s on Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning, I'm John Terrett. What a difference a day made yesterday. A huge turnaround on Wall Street in the final hour of trading. The day began massively in the red amid a global sell-off sparked by crude oil crossing over $100 a barrel. That's the highest since the pandemic, by the way. And the rebound happened after President Trump told CBS News that the war in Iran may not last as long as many on Wall Street had assumed. So the Dow, the Nasdaq, the S&P all flipped and they ended firmly in the green. Company news, shares of Hims & Hers surged on Monday after a deal with the Danish drug maker Novo Nordisk, clearing the way for Hims & Hers to sell the diabetes and weight loss drugs Ozempic and Wegovy. Hims & Hers up over 40%, that's the best on record. The ticket seller Live Nation has settled with the DOJ, which had accused it of monopolizing the entertainment industry. Stock up 6%. I have to warn you, some of the plaintiffs involved in that case may yet press ahead with more action. And Brown-Forman, the maker of Jack Daniels, saw its stock fall after a downgrade because consumers are reducing alcoholic consumption. Later today, we'll hear from the department store chain Kohl's, and we get existing home sales data. Later in the week, we get lots of inflation data, including CPI and retail sales. With business, I'm John Terrett.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Hey, Roswell, it's Ford Truck Month, and your friends at Roswell Ford are rolling out massive savings on all new Fords and 000. You heard right. During Ford Truck Month, get 0% financing for 60 months, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days. Plus, Roswell Ford needs your trade today, so we are willing to overpay. We'll do whatever it takes to get you released from your car, truck, or SUV, even if you owe thousands more than your trade is worth. So you can upgrade to a new Ford for less, with 0% financing for 60 months, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit with great rates and terms, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford. Upgrade to a new Ford today and get huge American-made savings with 0% financing for 60 months, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days during Ford Truck Month. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
Interest accrues from date of sale. 0 APR is $16.67 per thousand. Financed on 2025 F-150s. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined on select vehicles.
Exciting news for Southeast New Mexico. The Advanced Heart and Vascular Center of New Mexico in Carlsbad, home to Dr. Amanda Ryan's trusted cardiology care for over 13 years, is now part of Current Clinic. That means world-class electrophysiology services right here in Southeast New Mexico. No more 3-hour drives to see a specialist. Current Clinic is bringing advanced, life-changing treatment for atrial fibrillation, AFib, and other heart rhythm disorders close to home. Early intervention for AFib can dramatically lower your risk of stroke, and our goal is to help our community understand just how important that is. You and your loved ones deserve comprehensive, cutting-edge heart care without leaving town. If you're experiencing an irregular heartbeat or AFib symptoms, expert care is now available locally. Visit currentclinic.com today to learn more and schedule your consultation. Current Clinic, easy access to comprehensive AFib care right here in Southeast New Mexico.
What does it mean for a roofing contractor to have heart? How about braving a 24-hour road trip with a bad back and a 20-foot-long trailer through Interstate 40? You heard that right. A local business needed a new roof, but this business did not want just any roof. They desired a schoolhouse roof with red shingles. Well, we wanted to give our customers exactly what they were asking for. The only problem was that the red color of shingle they were looking for had been discontinued in our local region. But we didn't give up then. We were told by our supplier that the schoolhouse red color of shingle that we were looking for was still available in Arkansas. So we did what was expected of us and drove 24 hours, and we delivered on our promise. If you need a roofer who delivers on their promises, call Trustmark Roofing today at 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
The tool used to measure your feet at the shoe store is called a Brannock device. The person that measures your feet at home for no reason is called a creep with a foot fetish. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:56. Stay tuned next hour here about 9:15 or so. We're going to replay our interview. Actually, Sean did on Friday. My voice was no bueno. It's not bueno now, but it was really no bueno then. He had General Mick Burnett, Superintendent President of New Mexico Military Institute, join us in studio, along with Lieutenant Colonel Stark as well, and she joined us, and they talked about the institute, and had a great conversation. So we'll play that for you next hour. If you've missed any part of our show so far, you can always go back and check it out at your leisure, ksvptv.com. Miss Madi Marichenko joined us with Tai Chi for Health Institute. She's got some new classes forming here in April, and got some ongoing classes going right now. I invite you to go check that interview out. There's so many benefits. Seniors with, I'm telling you, I've seen it time and time again. She's had folks come in here, folks that weren't walking, folks that were in pain, folks that, just like she had Shelly on with her this morning, folks that were really dealing with debilitating stuff. They weren't getting results through pills and things like that. And they do Tai Chi for a few months, and next thing you know, she lost her service dog. I know people that went from having walkers to skipping around. I mean, I'm serious. There's amazing stuff. If you're dealing with that kind of stuff, even if you're not, it's worth a checkout. Just saying, it could be a game changer for folks there. So we had a great conversation with her. Dr. Powell joined us just a few minutes ago, and had another great conversation with him things are going well out at the campus there, and a lot of exciting things. They had a great run this weekend, so all good there. It kind of makes me laugh. I had mentioned yesterday, and I really can't get into it now, but because there's not enough time. But the illegal tampering NFL stuff all kicked off yesterday, so players could start announcing that they have signed with certain teams and things like that. I think today's when the official tampering ends, and the teams can start announcing signatures here at like 2:00 today or something. I don't know what time, but whatever that is. And a lot of pundits were calling Washington to be big spenders in this first part of free agency, and they spent some money yesterday, but they didn't. The fan base by and large, they wanted to get every superstar that had a name out there, and like, why didn't we get this guy? Why didn't we get this guy? And they're all mad because they ended up getting a top tier defensive edge. They got a defensive tackle. They're going under a little bit of a new defense, and I think they're kind of going to add a much more 3-4 element for people that care about that stuff. And so they got a dude that kind of makes that need yesterday. They picked up a corner. So they added some defensive tools. They're not all of them necessarily the big splashes that people want, and so they're all salty because, like, we got all this money. Why aren't we? I have thoughts. I'll get more into it next hour, but people, I get it. You're a fan. You don't know what you're talking about. All right, it is 9 o'clock. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. The Pentagon chief says Iran has been cut off from its neighbors and former allies and is losing the war. Secretary of War Hegseth with his latest Iran update this morning.
Today will be yet again our most intense day of strikes inside Iran. The most fighters, the most bombers, the most strikes. Intelligence more refined and better than ever.
At the same time, Hegseth says Iran's drone and missile launches, while still taking place, continue to decline. Senator Tom Cotton mourns the loss of 7 U.S. military members in the war.
They have not died in vain. This is an absolutely vital and necessary war against a revolutionary terror-supporting country that's been killing Americans for 47 years.
The Arkansas Republican speaking with the Salem Radio Network. A short-term excursion is one way that President Trump is describing the war with Iran. And the president's urging House Republicans to stand firm and stand together on the Save America Act. That's the election integrity bill. It's vigorously opposed by the Democrats.
I don't think we should approve anything until this is approved. And they can't win politically. Look, you have them in a corner, and they're listening to every word I'm saying. It doesn't matter because they can't win it politically. Because when they say, we don't want voter identification, we don't want proof of citizenship, all these things are just losers for them.
The president threatening a legislative blockade until the Save America Act clears Congress. Georgia voters going to the polls today. They're choosing a successor to Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. On Wall Street this hour, stocks are higher. The Dow is up about 205 points. The Nasdaq ahead 127, and the S&P is up 23 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
After 5 members of the Iranian women's soccer team were granted humanitarian visas in Australia, other players were escorted from their hotel for the trip back to Iran.
When a coach pulled up in front of the Royal Pines Hotel here on the Gold Coast, activists waiting outside knew what that meant. The remainder of the football team, those who didn't escape, would be starting their journey home from Australia. There was a heavy police escort as the coach made its way off the premises, with supporters of the players pleading through the windows as the team watched on. There were chants of "Save our girls," and a few people lay down in front of the coach to stop it moving forward. But the federal police intervened, and it went on its way.
The BBC's Katie Watson. The parents of a girl critically wounded in a school shooting in British Columbia suing ChatGPT maker OpenAI, alleging it knew the shooter was planning a mass attack. OpenAI said it considered but didn't alert police prior to the attack. News and analysis, townhall.com. The Help Wanted sign is out at OSU.
The president of Ohio State University has resigned. Ted Carter Jr.'s announcement was abrupt, saying he made a mistake disclosing what he called an inappropriate relationship with a person who was seeking public resources for her business. Carter came to Ohio State in 2023 from the University of Nebraska system. He's also a former superintendent of the Naval Academy and a retired vice admiral who attended the Navy Fighter Weapons School, known as Top Gun. Carter did not elaborate on the nature of the relationship and whether it was romantic. Ohio State has opened an investigation. I'm Ed Donahue.
The Federal Aviation Administration briefly grounded all JetBlue flights early today, responding to a request from the airline. The ground stop was lifted after roughly 40 minutes. JetBlue says a brief system outage of some sort was resolved, and it has since resumed operations. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. Let's have a listen. What does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3 of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday.
That's right. Happy Tuesday of the week.
I hope your day's going well.
Indeed.
But I was kind of talking to NFL stuff right at the end of the hour going in. And Commanders fans are by and large salty.
Oh, yeah?
Because they didn't, like they spent money yesterday. They got a defensive end that's top dude.
Okay.
They got a defensive tackle that I think is perfect for what they do. They used to actually play for him, and he should have never left. And they picked up a corner that I think is going to be their slot dude. But people wanted to get, there's these tight ends and wide receivers and guys that this went on. The Raiders spent an insanely godly amount of money yesterday on players.
I can only imagine.
And so, like, there's a center that everyone in Washington wanted that they didn't get him. Thing is, the center's fine. The money that they got for him would have broke the bank. It's just, you can't. And this is the part where fans, that makes me laugh every time. They're like, look, I get what you're saying. You want every superstar.
But
they have a finite amount of money.
That's right.
And if you spend all your money here, now you got nobody over here.
Not to mention those salaries. I mean, they're capped, right? There's a specific level that they can.
Yeah, but it's the market dictates it, and players and the numbers guys finagle cap numbers, and they'll push it so certain dollars don't count towards the cap, so they'll slide it in this way. There's ways to finagle it. Yeah, there's ways to finagle incentives, things like that.
Sure.
But that being said,
dude, I've been doing car rides for years. Rebates, discounts, and more. Yeah, no, I understand.
And literally, like I know, like Washington from the rumor mill, they offered quite a bit of money for this center, but the Raiders just paid stupid money for it, and that's just what happened. You know, highest bidder got it, and I understand, and people are looking at like the Titans and the Raiders, and they're going, man, these guys are. See, that's what Washington's doing. See what they're doing.
It's a dangerous game, though.
Well, and I just want to point this out, and I get it. Washington's roster is not at a point where it could be this way quite yet. But that being said, you're telling me we should be like the Raiders and the Titans. When is the last time any of these teams been a team we look up to?
Well,
the free agency offseason when they spend an insane amount of money on people, and then by halfway through the season, we're wondering why they got 3 wins. I'm just telling you, the teams that are always good, you ain't seeing Green Bay. I mean, they made some noise yesterday,
yeah, but they're not making like
they're
insane
not throwing
moves.
stupid money at stupid things.
Right.
Pittsburgh doesn't always throw stupid money at stupid things. Buffalo, by and large, wasn't throwing stupid. Kansas City throws stupid money when they can afford to throw stupid money.
Sure.
They're in a much different situation.
That is fun, by the way. When you get a chance to throw stupid money and you can afford it, that's fun.
And so Washington can't throw stupid money around on one player when they got so many holes that they got to get good first.
Yeah.
Like they got to get a roster that's good.
Well, and
you ain't going to build that by spending $50 million on all your players.
Exactly. And that's what it comes down to is, one player is only as good as the team behind it.
Yeah.
As Ricky from Trailer Park Boys said, a link is only as long as its longest strong chain.
Right.
Really? No. I said it wrong intentionally.
I just was like, okay.
Yep. A link is only as long as its longest strong chain.
Yes.
And that's a chain is its weakest link. And you could have the best one player in the world, but if the rest of your team is the Bad News Bears, I'm sorry, I don't care how much breaking training you go through, it's still going to be a rough season.
So yeah, that's kind of what the fandom versus people that know football.
Sure.
And I'm like, I get it. And now that being said, Washington needs to spend in free agency because they don't have a full complement of draft picks, which means they're going to have to find some depth in free agents.
Right.
And ideally, they got a number 7 pick. They haven't addressed really running back, and a lot of people are like, okay, well, they're going to get this dude in Love out of Notre Dame. And, of course, they said, well, the Titans might get him at 4. I was like, well, Titans just spent $80 million on 20 other people. Who knows what they're going to do. So all I'm saying is literally free agency isn't even open yet. It's been illegal tampering for 12 hours. Before y'all start ready to bring out the nooses, let the man cook. Get the man a second. He's working deals. He's doing his thing. And trust me, I think they know much better what they need than you do.
You know what happened? And I think this is true about a lot of fans of a lot of teams that over the last couple of years especially.
Yeah.
Is you guys, the Commanders specifically, you had that one season, 2 seasons ago, that was
we had lightning in a
saying
bottle.
There's a chance. Yep. And I think that much like Icarus, you guys were enjoying your new shoes with wings on them, and you flew just a little too close to the sun. And now I feel like you guys have been chasing that passion dragon ever since.
Yes and no. And I will say the same thing from the GM perspective on what I think happened.
Okay.
Yes. 2 years ago was lightning in a bottle. I think they didn't realize that they had this explosive thing with Jaden Daniels this quick, this fast.
Yeah.
And
who could have expected it?
When we got to
the
NFC Championship game in his rookie year, that surprised a lot of people. What that caused us to do was rush the timeline when it shouldn't have been rushed. I think when that happened, they're kind of saying, wait a minute, if we got to the championship game with this now, if we spend, and they did, I think they, for their head, they said, well, let's patch together a win-now team for next year. And they up signing a bunch of Bobby Wagners, a bunch of 50-year-old guys, thinking that and the magic of JD will carry us through.
Right.
Problem is, all them old people got hurt week 1, week 2, week 3. JD got hurt. JD, and reality crashed in hard.
Oh, yeah.
And now I think they said, okay, we got to go back to what we were talking about.
Right.
Spend through the draft, invest in stop spending splash money on a 35-year-old guy to push us to the edge. We're much farther behind than we thought we were.
It really
That's
is
what I think happened.
its own like catch-22.
Yeah.
By the time unless you're like a dynamo straight out of college, by the time you've put out the track record and put down the yards to like prove yourself as a bankable player, you're old. I mean, you're yesterday's news at that point. Your knees and hips and back are for the taking.
Yeah. Well, 35 is not old. But if you're a 35-year-old NFL player on defense, you're very old.
That's what I'm saying.
That's just what it is.
It's just you age differently based on your chosen field.
Yep. And I love Bobby Wagner, but the man is 3 speeds behind what he used to be. He can't keep up with the Bucks anymore, man. Just can't. It's like, and it happens in all sports. I love Alex Ovechkin. Alex Ovechkin is the greatest man to ever lace him up, as far as I'm concerned. He is slower than he used to be. He gets beat sometimes.
Tony Hawk is the GOAT. He always will be. He always has been, and he has that legacy established.
Yep.
But if you put him out there with the skaters of today, there's no way.
No.
Because he is of a time.
If
Plus
there's any man to defy that, it's him.
Well, yeah.
Like if there's anybody to prove that wrong, I would say Tony Hawk's
I will say, the man came back from 2 completely blown out knees to
that
skating
man is
again.
my age and he's doing things that have no business to be doing.
That's true. But so I'm saying it's one of those things where you eventually, you use the tools that you're given, but treat them with respect because you're only going to be here for a little while.
Yeah.
I love watching. There's bring it back to my thing. I love watching this one pro wrestler, Darby Allin. But this whole thing is he just ragdolls himself off of like scaffolding and like through like light tubes. And I'm like, you're only gonna be here for like 3 more years.
That is proof of the evolution of a life. Because that guy in my 20s, we all look at him, what a hero.
Oh, yeah.
What a guy.
Yep.
You look at the same guy in your 30s, you're like, hey, you're a little nuts, dude. By the 50s, you have no business doing that, man.
There's a comedian. He has a great bit where he talks about how you realize how you've evolved as a human when you watch skaters or skate videos and you start feeling bad for the security guards.
Right.
And you're like, oh, come on. He's just trying to earn a living.
Right. You just see it such from a different angle.
Leave Barry alone.
Your teens and 20s like, whoa, this guy's super,
Just see him bag on that guy, took his hat, gave him a wedgie. Poor Barry.
That's the point. Yeah. It's such point, and there's no different wrestlers.
Yep.
I guarantee you get all the superstars in the 1980s and the dumb things, the superflies, all the craziness.
Yeah.
If you ask them their current state, dude, all of them probably saying that was dumb. I should have never done that. Yeah.
They only just figured out, like across all sports, football and everything, they only just figured out CTE in 2007.
Right, yeah.
I mean, whoa.
Yeah.
What have we been doing to our superstars' brains for generations?
Yeah. They're paying the piper now.
And those guys didn't play for the numbers that we're talking about today. They played for decent wages, living wages, but then they had to go open car lots because they couldn't afford to retire.
Well, and this is where Junior Seau, the tragedy is Junior Seau is probably the light that said, oh, dang, we probably have a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, people were rumbling about it, but when Junior Seau had what he had, everyone said, oh,
and the fact that he said, okay, you know what? We're going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to shoot myself in the chest.
Yeah.
Save the brain for science. That's I mean, if nothing else, it's the last good deed of a man before he makes the ultimate decision.
And a man who's riddled with mental health issues.
Because honestly, if we didn't have, I would argue it's Junior Seau and Chris Benoit.
Yeah, Benoit was another big one.
Are the unsung heroes of chronic
Benoit wasn't
traumatic encephalopathy.
It's hard to put a heroic twist on Benoit's actions.
100%. But if any laurel gets given, it's got to be that.
At least Junior, you could. All right,
He had no idea.
He took people with him.
He came by it honestly.
Yeah, he took his family with him. That was a whole lot of not good there.
Yeah, no, that was a rough weekend.
But probably should get the hour.
On that note,
happy bear, everybody.
CTE Tuesdays.
That's right. It is Tuesday.
Yes.
Get a taco.
That's right.
Cheer up with a taco.
They have them in brain. Get brain taco. I wouldn't.
Brain taco.
Brain tacos.
Oh yeah. There was a dumb game that for a minute I really enjoyed playing on my phone. And I don't even remember the premise. I just vaguely remember this dumb zombie dude, and you literally like threw things at it.
Is it Plants vs. Zombies?
No.
Okay.
It was way dumber. This is way simple. And it was literally, I remember getting like staplers and everything. You throw it, and then he once in a while you try to like hit him or brains. I don't remember. I just remember the thing going. It was a stupid mobile app.
I know.
And I played it for a good hot minute.
I know that we have access to some of the greatest technology in the world, but there is an entire generation of Flash games when Flash was like the big thing.
Yeah.
That a whole generation of kids will never get to play again. But those games, I mean, the water balloon drops that I played, or like different ways to kill Elmo. It was like the game,
Yeah.
There's so many of those. You go back to like Shockwave, I think. Newgrounds was another one.
Yeah.
Had all those like Flash and Wayback Machine can't play them anymore because Flash doesn't exist.
Technology.
It's a bygone technology.
What happened to my dictaphone?
When I was a kid, we dropped water balloons on teachers.
Hey.
Nobody slipped and died.
Still one of my favorite toys is that stupid water bottle rocket. Fill it with water.
Thing's fun.
Broke about 20 of them. So, all right. We're going to play our interview Sean had on Friday with General Mick Burnett from President Superintendent of the New Mexico Military Institute. Lieutenant Colonel Stark also part of that interview. We're going to play that interview here in just a few. Before we do that, let's get you up to date on the weather as soon as I find the button.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Could get some showers today. Low pressure moving in from southern Arizona with gusty wind and just enough moist air for some showers. Mid-70s on today's high. Wind gusting to 30 miles an hour. Overnight will be breezy. Our low in the upper 40s, clearing up. And then on Wednesday, we get sunshine. Low 70s on the high. Still pretty windy, though. Sunny at upper 70s on Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 54 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 40%. Winds currently out of the southeast at 6 miles per hour. Got a chance of rain, going to be breezy. Sunny. Sunny to partly cloudy is what they're saying. High is expected to be mid-70s, 76 today. Winds are going to be blowing out of the north 5 to 10 this morning, but those winds are going to increase 15 to 20, gusting as high as 30 miles per hour. We are looking at a 40% chance that we could see a few showers this afternoon. So we'll see how that checks out. Tonight, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 48, west winds at 15 to 20 miles per hour. For Wednesday, sunny skies, breezy. Winds are going to be out of the, looks like north, 20 to 25 miles per hour early, but winds will decrease 10 to 15 for tomorrow afternoon. For Thursday, we're looking things starting to warm up a little bit. Sunny skies, mid-70s on Thursday, 76 for a high there. Friday will be in the mid-80s with a sunny skies and mid-80s, and then we're hitting 90 on Saturday, 85 on Sunday, but then drop back down into the mid-60s to start the work week next week. So we'll see. All right, it is 21 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take a quick commercial break, then our interview with the New Mexico Military Institute on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Exciting news for Southeast New Mexico. The Advanced Heart and Vascular Center of New Mexico in Carlsbad, home to Dr. Amanda Ryan's trusted cardiology care for over 13 years, is now part of Current Clinic. That means world-class electrophysiology services right here in Southeast New Mexico. No more 3-hour drives to see a specialist. Current Clinic is bringing advanced, life-changing treatment for atrial fibrillation, AFib, and other heart rhythm disorders close to home. Early intervention for AFib can dramatically lower your risk of stroke, and our goal is to help our community understand just how important that is. You and your loved ones deserve comprehensive, cutting-edge heart care without leaving town. If you're experiencing an irregular heartbeat or AFib symptoms, expert care is now available locally. Visit currentclinic.com today to learn more and schedule your consultation. Current Clinic, easy access to comprehensive AFib care right here in Southeast New Mexico.
It's time again for the Clovis Evening Lions Club Gun, Knife, and Coin Show. Happening Friday, March 13th from 1 to 7, Saturday, March 14th from 9 to 5, and Sunday the 15th from 9 to 4 at the My Metal Livestock Pavilion at the Curry County Fairgrounds. Browse dozens of vendors selling collectible knives, coins, historical and modern firearms, as well as ammunition and accessories. $5 general admission, $4 military discount, and $4 NRA discount available. Find all the information online, clovisnmlions.com. Paid for in part by the City of Clovis Lodgers Tax.
At Martine's Capital Cafe, come in and enjoy a delicious variety for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Try our burritos, huevos rancheros, asado, chorizo, sausage, flautas, fajitas, chili rellenos, quesadillas, enchiladas, sopapillas, and don't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger and so much more. Everything is prepared with the finest and freshest ingredients. Martine's Capital Cafe. Quality, value, tradition, and the most delicious New Mexican food since 1989. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th Street in Roswell.
Artesia General Hospital presents seasonal wellness reminders for you and your family. This time of year brings cozy sweaters, warm meals, and a few health challenges. Start by preventing colds and flu. Get vaccinated, wash hands regularly, and avoid touching your face when you're out in public. Find balance in holiday eating. Fill your plate with vegetables and lean proteins before reaching for the sweets. And fight dry winter skin by moisturizing often, staying hydrated, and running a humidifier if your home feels dry. Small choices add up to a healthier, happier season. These healthy living reminders are brought to you by Artesia General Hospital, ready to help take care of you and your family.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, "No, I'm growing like a bamboo." Here's Mike Winters.
Lieutenant Colonel Christina Stark from New Mexico Military Institute. How are you guys doing this morning?
We're doing fine, Sean. Thank you for inviting us here.
Absolutely. Thanks for. Ask for better weather, honestly, for what most people call lousy, smarch weather. This is, blue skies and sunshine. It's just gorgeous.
No, I came from a conference in Washington, D.C., so yes, this weather is great.
I've got a couple of friends on the East Coast that were sending me pictures of snow-covered and icy roads. I'm like, how? How does that work? It just, I understand you guys are dealing with your own thing, but we're here just, sipping on fruity drinks and enjoying the sunshine. But we are here today to celebrate because we're celebrating a milestone with New Mexico Military Institute. It's 135 years in the anniversary that we're celebrating this year. Yes. That's incredible. 135 years that New Mexico Military Institute has been a part of Roswell. And actually, I had to look it up to see which one was established first. Roswell was here first, but just barely. Just barely. It was 3 or 4 years, and then some of the founders of the city of Roswell, including
Joseph Lee.
Yes, Robert Goss and Joseph Lee. They founded the Goss Military Academy, which became New Mexico Military Institute.
Yes.
It's such a fascinating history. So can you tell me a little bit about the Institute and what makes it special? What makes it unique?
Sure. So one of the things that I want to talk about really quickly, too, is the history of the school, right?
Sure.
So the history of it being founded in 1891, for clarification, Joseph Lee recruited Colonel Goss to come here.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So Joseph Lee was one of the founders of this community because he's also a founder of Roswell. Mm-hmm. So what happened is he was seeking out this education not only for the children in the community, but for his own family, and which included some daughters in there. Because initially in the school's charter, there are some pictures that are in our archives that you can see that there are at least 3-4 female cadets in those pictures.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, for a class from from 1891 to have female cadets, that is incredibly progressive.
Yeah, so it was basically set up off of we need to provide frontier training because this was the frontier back then.
Yeah, and they refer to the institute, I believe, as the West Point of the West.
Yes, that is one of our monikers. Yes,
is the term. So let's talk for a second about the institute itself and the impact it's had on Roswell, on the community, on southeastern New Mexico, and on the military in general.
So thanks for the question, Sean. We talked about the school being older than the state, basically because the state wasn't founded until 1912. And this used to be a frontier outpost stop for the military.
Sure.
And just our legacy has us providing cadets to the service through our senior ROTC, but also through our cadet prep program, because we wind up sending cadets from here to go on to military academies just by them gaining their own entrance, and then by the academies actually trusting in us, because some of their cadets may not meet all of their requirements right away. So they send them to us for a training period of a year. Right. So then they wind up taking them back because their foundations pay for those cadets to come to our school, because we have the most academy-like experience that they can come in and be ready and acclimate and get right into school.
And it really is an incredible experience. I've known folks in the past who have gone through the experience of enrollment, of dealing with Rat Week and all the fun that goes with getting stuck and all that fun stuff. But it's instilling these principles, these disciplines, and these are the important things moving forward. That when you're seeking a career in the military, these are foundational. And it's amazing that there's an institute like New Mexico Military Institute that can help establish some of those foundations. I mean, it's really amazing. Now, 135 years. It's obviously that's a long time. Plenty has changed in the world around us. I mean, even in just the last few years, things have changed with technology absolutely exploding. So how has New Mexico Military Institute maintained tradition and the history of the Institute while also evolving and becoming the Institute of the future to train today's cadets?
Yes, great question. And I think that you would get several different answers from people about how that occurred. Now, a part of what we do now and what the school has evolved into over the years is, yes, it is still steeped in military tradition, and those are the things that define our school. But it is also a highly academic school as well. So we have to live up to academy standards for academics, and this is why those cadet preps come to us, because they know that our school has evolved into being one of the top academic places to send them. Absolutely. Because you're going to have to be highly academic to be an officer in today's military. And as we look at that evolution is what makes the New Mexico Military Institute good for everyone, good for all cadets. And as they go on, because believe it or not, I would say 85 to 90% of our cadets do not go on to be in the military, but they do take those lessons that they've learned in their life, whether they came and graduated or not. Because I hear a lot in the community. I was at Rotary yesterday and just giving an update on the Institute as well. And a lot of what I hear when I talk to people is, yes, they're a success from coming there. And that doesn't mean that they graduated from there. That means that they may have had to learn some harder lessons there to be able to turn around and be successful in the future.
Sure. And it's a change of perspective. It's looking at a problem, looking at a situation and saying, well, I can try to solve this through traditional means, or thanks to the foundations that I picked up at New Mexico Military Institute, I can approach this from a different perspective and see a different solution.
Yes.
And that's an amazing thing.
Yes.
And if I may, Sean.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fact that we are a school, we are a global, international boarding school. We have people from about 35 different countries represented at NMMI. And as you mentioned, the Rat Week, those could be very stressful experiences for them. But it builds confidence.
Yep.
It builds
camaraderie.
Yes, and resilience. They learn how to navigate in a world in a world where there's so many different people. So how to communicate well. So they are really prepared for the challenges that they will face once they leave NMMI.
Absolutely. And that's something that I find fascinating. Every time I chat with, with one of the cadets, or if a while back I was getting some work done on my car, so I was riding the bus a lot more. So when you do that, you tend to, have a chat with the cadets. And one thing that I find is so amazing is for the generation of the students, you see such a level of respect, such a level of decency and dignity, even if you just sit, because I'm a people watcher. So you sit there and you just listen. It's not like, there's a lot of nonsense out there today, but the stuff that the cadets are talking about is like, guess I have to go get another laundry hamper, and it's like, I guess we're going to try the naked Doritos this time, and stuff like that. So it's fascinating to know that those foundations are something that the students and the cadets are hungry for. It's not that they're being forced into the situation. They want it. They want the challenge.
So that's one of the things when we do recruiting and we have our open house. One of the things that I talk about in open house is you should not be here if this is not your idea. If this is not what you want to do, don't come here to waste one of the seats of someone who is really trying to change their life and be successful in the future. If this is not what you want to do, don't come because my dad said it was a good idea. My mom said I should come. Because you've got to be into it to want to be successful here, because it's a stressful thing.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a stressful day. Your day is full all day, depending on your academic level and your willingness to participate in different events, because we have events all day long. So as we talk about like sports and athletics and core cadet activities and academic learning, because what winds up happening is if you're struggling in class, we have a program for you because they come after school and from 7 to 9, we have academic tutoring, either with other cadets mentoring cadets, or with our staff to help them work through their problems, because we notice that in the transition coming from wherever people are coming from, they're not really at our academic level when they come in. So we have to work on that, and they have to be committed to doing that to stay here and to be successful.
And some could argue that's maybe the fault of the education system. They don't prepare students to be cadets. They prepare students to be students. And coming to the Institute, it's such a higher standard, such a more rigorous course load. And that, that kind of makes the person.
Yes, and as the general mentioned, the open house. We're having our upcoming open house on April 18th. So we'd like to invite everyone to come and join us. Registrations are open now. And it's an opportunity to not only visit our campus and see in details what we have to offer, but also an opportunity to speak to our cadets. They are part of our open house, and we'll be there available to speak to parents and future cadets.
It's a beautiful, beautiful campus. If you've never had a chance to just get out there and just, put shoe leather to concrete and walk around and look at just the amazing buildings and the turrets and all of the old architecture, it's such a great spot. I'm sure you're aware of this, but one of the more fascinating things to me is kind of a cinemaphile is the George Clooney movie, The Men Who Stare at Goats, was filmed at New Mexico Military Institute, and they specifically chose the Institute because it had that old world style to it, and it had that like soldiers going crazy mindset and vibe to it, and it's fascinating to me that you can take something like that and use it as a backdrop for a movie like that, but also have all of this tradition, all of this all of the foundations that the Institute has.
Yes, and we offer tours of our campus, so anyone can go on our website and www.nmmi.edu and schedule a tour. We'll be happy to show campus and speak a little bit about what we have. Beautiful, beautiful campus, fantastic mess hall, fantastic cafeteria, like top-notch food. The best food I've ever had in Roswell has come from the Institute.
So speaking of that, so we have just invested in the expansion of our chow hall in Bates. So as we start to get into 135th year activities, that's going to be a point for kickoff for us, because we're going to cut the ribbon on the expansion and talk through the history of the school. And it's just going to be a glorious day where we sit down and talk about the history of the school. We invite the community in. Everybody just gets a feel of what the Institute feels like, so that if they're thinking about someone who may want to attend our school, then they have some impetus for what goes on there.
Sure, absolutely. So the open house, again, is, what was the date? Give us the date one more time.
April 18th.
April 18th, and that begins what time?
9 o'clock, 9 a.m.
9 a.m. There you go, 9 a.m. sharp. And it's, military, so they tend to be pretty sharp on the time.
You saw that we were here early, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, I did. I was like, yeah, that tracks. Now, in addition to the amazing curriculum, to the amazing cadets, we have to talk about the staff. I mean, an amazing group of educators, of folks who work in service to these cadets and work in service to the Institute, and who themselves are held to a higher standard. And so let's talk about the process of finding the educators, the folks who work with the cadets.
No, thanks for the question.
Absolutely.
I think one of the things that really makes us stand out and gives us the reputation that we have is our outstanding faculty. They've been molded over time, and they understand what it is to be at a military school. So for what we provide, all of them have advanced degrees. So that takes some work and effort to get that in, and to find the right mix of people to be able to provide that type of education. And another piece that makes us really unique for a hybrid organization of a junior college and a high school and a middle school is that we have very small class size compared to going to your Texas Tech or your
when you have the
UNM.
stadium seating.
Yes. So most of our classes, you can look at what we do and what we provide, and we probably at a class, the teacher to student ratio of about 12 to 18 students in the class. So you're definitely getting the service and attention that you need. And if you're still not getting it, like I said, we have those other tutorial programs. And we also have other parts of what we do to ensure cadet success, because we have what we call academic weekends, where that staff that you're talking about comes in on the weekend to assist cadets who are struggling. And we alternate those in a month, because we also have what's called commandant's weekends, where we work on core cadet activities, because that is still a major tenet of our school. Learning how to do basic military things. And we actually had a parade yesterday.
Okay.
So I think we probably got to do a better job of letting the community know when we're having parades and things of that nature.
That's one thing. Every now and again, I'll be driving down Main Street and just Pearson Auditorium will just be like, the main will be lined with cars. I'm like, I have no idea what's happening. How does everybody else know? What's going on? I want to be a part of the party.
We'll do a better job informing.
Absolutely. I mean,
everything that's.
But that's okay, because you guys have so much, so many irons in the fire. It's understandable to note that the PR arm of things might fall to the wayside. But that's another thing too, is the campus itself has expanded so much. Now that you guys have kind of evolved the field across Main Street, and in recent years built up the rappelling wall and made the obstacle course over there. That's become just an amazing thing to kind of sit back, even like on a random Saturday or on a weekend they're working it, and watch the cadets and see the way they problem solve.
So no, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because one of the things is we are headed toward making sure that our school is full with a waiting list in the future, because our max capacity is a little short of 1,000 cadets, and that's where we're headed. That's where we're headed for this fall.
Okay.
So what that expansion means is that we're going to be changing some of the things on that other side of Main Street. So that rappelling tower might not be there in the future. We're going to have to reposition it, because we are starting to make sure that we have full equity in our sports. Because some things that we have for one gender and we don't have for another. And then some things we have for junior college that we don't have in high school. We're working on maximizing all of those things. Our athletic director, Colonel Jose Barone, is working on those things now. And one of the first initiatives that you'll see is that we're working on female softball.
Oh,
so that is something that is going to be in the next year or so, and we may wind up using Roswell's softball fields back in the corner as we get started, but we're going to transform that front side of Main Street right across from us to 3 different types of fields there. And the track behind it, I don't know that everybody knows that, but that, you know, New Mexico Military Institute actually owns that track. And we kind of rent that out to the city, but we're going to have to wind up working on that track for expanded opportunities. So all of that stuff in the next year or two is probably going to close down for a while, because we're going to refit that area to be able to incorporate another football field and a couple of soccer fields, because this goes to the equity that we're talking about, because we only have right now 1 soccer team.
Really?
Yes. Okay. So it's a boys soccer team. Actually, we've won the state championship, not this last year, but the 2 years prior. So female cadets, if they make it to that level, they can play on that team.
Oh, okay.
So, but we're going to split all of this out in the near future, where we're going to have college soccer, we're going to have high school soccer for males and females. So we're going to need that extra space, because just the field that we have on NIMI proper is not going to be able to support all of that athletic activity.
It sounds like we have our eyes on maybe like a sports complex, essentially, to encompass all kinds of different sports and different gender sports.
Yes, we do. So fantastic. A part of that plan, that overall master plan and strategic plan that we've been working on in the last year, is that there is a facility that goes along with the softball and all of those things, a human performance facility. So how we're going to attack that is, we have some legacy buildings at New Mexico Military Institute that we want to everyday cadets. So we used to be a cavalry unit. That's one of our legacy history things, right? So we used to have horses.
Right.
And we used to maintain them in what we would call the NIMI stables.
Okay.
So the NIMI stables right now has evolved into our in-house facilities building.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take that stables complex and rework that into an athletic facility. And we're going to work to build a new facilities building across the street behind Kentucky on the backside of the school.
Okay. So and that's another area of the school that, while not necessarily neglected, I always feel like there's so much space that we can utilize.
Yes.
And I love that moving forward, and as the Institute continues to evolve and grow, it's taking ownership of its own space and really utilizing to its best degree.
Yes.
And thinking about it, I've been thinking about it since the start of this interview. This institute started with a class of 28 students.
Yes.
And you just mentioned that the aim is for 1,000 with a waiting list.
Yes.
That's astonishing. And in 135 years, it's not to be unexpected, but just that we've seen that kind of growth, and that it continues to grow and it continues to evolve. It really is an amazing thing. So
no, thank you.
Absolutely, it's a testament to the leadership, and it's a testament to the staff out there who are seeing the bigger picture and actually working towards the end goal, rather than saying, "Boy, wouldn't that be nice?" Right. It's a nice thing. So come on out, folks. If you haven't experienced the Institute, it's one of those things. It's part of the backdrop of Roswell that we tend to drive by. It's the one section of Roswell that you don't get inundated with fast food signs. So you kind of tend to just drive past it. But this is a chance to get into the Institute, take a tour, and browse around, see, talk to some cadets, and see what the Institute is all about. It's April 18th, 9 a.m., and it's going to be happening at the Institute. Do folks need to pre-register, or is it just a come
They
learn
do.
all?
Yes.
Okay. So to pre-register, nmmi.edu, you just head over there and you just let them know that you're going to be coming, how many people will be in your party, and they will facilitate you. That's an amazing thing. So thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you, Sean. We appreciate you having us today, and we just want to let everybody know that we are an integrated part of Roswell, and we want to make sure that everybody understands that, and we want to be able to work with the Roswell community the best that we can.
And that's such an important aspect of it and something that we didn't really even touch on is the connection between New Mexico Military Institute and the community. Is so often it's you guys are doing your own thing, but the interaction with the community, the institute's involvement in local sports and high school sports, in helping be a part of the decisions that make Roswell the place that it is. That's vital.
Yes.
And strong leadership, having a voice, is a vital thing, and I really appreciate that you guys are there to have that voice.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. So, Brigadier General, I'm going to struggle with this again. Boris McBurnett, and of course, Ms. Christina Stark. Thank you guys so much for your time. We appreciate having you, and keep up the good work. You guys are doing amazing things.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. A short-term excursion, that's one way President Trump describes the Iran war. Iran, meanwhile, continues firing drones not only at Israel, but at some of its Arab League neighbors, including Kuwait and Saudi Arabia. Secretary of War Hegseth, in his war update this morning, says it's clear that Iran is losing the conflict. He says the Islamic Republic has been cut off from its neighbors and former allies and continues to suffer losses in the war. President Trump has told House Republicans that they should stand firm on the Save America Act. That's the election integrity bill opposed by the Democrats. And the president threatens a legislative blockade until the Save America Act passes Congress. Georgia voters going to the polls today. They're choosing a successor to Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. On Wall Street, the Dow down 173. More details, srnnews.com.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
The president offering a stark warning to the Australian government today, and that is the Iranian women's soccer team. The war broke out while they were in Australia for the tournament, and amid concerns for player welfare, the Australian Council wrote to Australia and their Home Affairs Minister, urging the government to protect the squad members while they are in the country. Trump weighed in. He said Australia is making a horrible, terrible humanitarian mistake by allowing the Iran national women's soccer team to be forced back to Iran, where they will be most likely killed. Don't do it, Mr. Prime Minister. Give them asylum. The U.S. will take them if you won't.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
All right, so have you seen these prices now? Of course, I'm talking about precious metals. Gold and silver have been on an absolute tear, breaking record after record after record. So how far will they go? Nobody knows for sure. There will definitely be some pullbacks along the way. But if you want to learn why gold and silver have exploded in price and why they could possibly explode even higher, I've got a perfect guide for you. And it's from our partners at Goldco, an amazing company. They've been supporting this show for years. I support them. I am their customer. Call them now, 855-815-GOLD, or just go to HannityGold.com. They will give you a free 2026 gold and silver kit. And big news launching this month, Goldco now celebrating America's 250th anniversary with a limited time bonus offer. Get up to 10% free gold or silver, plus free storage and a free home safe with a minimum cash purchase. There's no better deal out there. HannityGold.com, or just call 855-815-GOLD or HannityGold.com.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. The Goddard Baseball Classic, a.k.a. the Southwest Classic, is coming up at the end of this week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And Roswell, for one, prepped for that by playing in another tournament this past weekend, the Alamogordo tournament. Roswell first took on El Paso Da Vinci on Thursday, winning 14-2, but then lost 7-2 to Valencia on Friday, and then finally beat Lovington, no problem, 22-2 to wrap things up. Roswell 3-2 will take on Rose of Sharon from El Paso, a team that's already 12-1-1. That's at the Goddard tournament Thursday night at 7. Meanwhile, the host Rockets will take on NMMI. Goddard is 2-0 after sweeping Farmington to start the season, and then NMMI is 2-1. They opened with a loss to Lovington, but then swept Chaparral in a doubleheader. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Could get some showers today. Low pressure moving in from southern Arizona with gusty wind and just enough moist air for some showers. Mid-70s on today's high. Wind gusting to 30 miles an hour. Overnight will be breezy. Our low in the upper 40s, clearing up. And then on Wednesday we get sunshine. Low 70s on the high. Still pretty windy though. Sunny at upper 70s on Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. The Iran war continues to roil the financial markets as investors try to discern the best path forward. Yesterday, Wall Street's benchmark swung from big losses to finish the day with gains, while oil prices neared $120 per barrel before falling back to about $90. The average price for a gallon of gas continues to climb, rising to $3.54 according to AAA. The average was just under $3 in the days before the war and $3.11 last week. China reports exports rose nearly 22% in the first 2 months of the year, while trade with the U.S. contracted. Surging exports of computer chips and autos helped to drive the increase. The export figures released by China's customs agency are much better than economists had been expecting, and they far exceeded the 6.6% growth recorded in December. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
We have new dining furniture that will make you a hosting hero. This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. Take a break from overpriced stores. Our top-notch tables come in dining and counter heights and feature 6 to 10 chairs with styles that are sure to impress your guests. Pair your table with luxurious buffets and servers to enhance the classic dining experience. All our tables are ready for immediate delivery, so buy from Glenn's today and dine on it tonight. Come see us on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Hey Roswell, it's Ford Truck Month, and your friends at Roswell Ford are rolling out massive savings on all new Fords and 000. You heard right. During Ford Truck Month, get 0% financing for 60 months, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days. Plus, Roswell Ford needs your trade today, so we are willing to overpay. We'll do whatever it takes to get you released from your car, truck, or SUV, even if you owe thousands more than your trade is worth. So you can upgrade to a new Ford for less, with 0% financing for 60 months, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit with great rates and terms, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford. Upgrade to a new Ford today and get huge American-made savings with 0% financing for 60 months, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days during Ford Truck Month. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
Interest accrues from date of sale. 0 APR is $16.67 per thousand. Financed on 2025 F-150s. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined on select vehicles.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas. Ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Loan for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. life support by air.
Wakefield Oil Company is a name you can rely on with full service at the pump the way it used to be. You can expect service in just 15 seconds. They offer bulk fuel and oil services and even diesel exhaust fluid. Wakefield Oil Company will deliver to farms, ranches, dairies, the oil fields, and more with dependable service you can count on. So the next time you need service or delivery, go with the name that locals have trusted since 1983. Wakefield Oil Company, 311 South Virginia in Roswell. Let them earn your business.
The Rocky Mountain Elks Foundation salutes hunters and the role they play in providing critical funding for conservation. Celebrate how hunting is conservation at the RMEF Annual Banquet, Saturday, March 28th, 5 p.m. at the Liberty in Roswell. Log on to rmef.org and go to New Mexico Events for tickets. Get your tickets now. Log on to rmef.org. Celebrate hunters at the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation Roswell Banquet, Saturday, March 28th at the Liberty in Roswell, 312 North Virginia in Roswell.
Do you wake up and wonder why your jaw hurts or why your teeth are sore? You could have been clenching or grinding your teeth all night and you don't even remember it. Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher at Carabelli Dental, and we can provide Botox treatments as a solution for those overworked muscles. If you are eager to find a solution for pain relief, if you want to stop breaking your teeth, or maybe you want to sleep better, come experience why our patients choose Botox treatments from the experts at Carabelli Dental.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 575-622-4455.
Financial Group is not a law firm. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-349-8877. That's 800-349-8877.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Roswell's home for talk radio is 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.